WWE Fantasy LOG.
Beer the beard.
Either of us have a beard.
I have a goatee. Does that count?
It would if you had Batista's voice on there.
Yeah. Well, Daniel Bryan is the original GOAT, so...
No, Jericho's the original GOAT.
Yeah, but Daniel Bryan was a literal GOAT, not an acronym GOAT.
Yeah, he's both.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway. Yeah, this is the Fantasy Log, the weekly show where we cover the news in wrestling, where we discuss the goings-on in the WWE, and we score it for our fantasy league. With me, as always, are Jeff and Tiff.
Hey.
All right.
And we're going to run through the usual. We're going to do the news, and there's a metric fuck ton of news this week.
Are we going to go through all the friggin' news?
Yes, because that is what we do here.
Takes so long, man.
I know. It's the news. Be informed, man. What I say.
There you go. Jericho needs to use that.
We will do the news. We will do our recap of the programming. Luckily, it won't be that difficult because there was all of 3 matches on Raw, one of which was 2 hours long. So that won't be nearly.
Okay. I'm curious about that that match that was like, what did they call it? A gauntlet match?
It was a gauntlet match.
Yeah. So when you go through every wrestler, do you what's the word I'm looking for? Do you score each of their win, or like how does that work?
Yeah, we would normally score that as elimination points.
Oh, okay.
For eliminating someone from a gauntlet. However, given how far this went and what a match this was, let me ask questions. Given how long this match was and the effort a lot of people went through for these falls, I'm thinking of upping it from standard elimination of 3 to 5 points per elimination for this match. How does everybody feel about that?
Is that the that's not how much you give for a victory, is it?
No, victory is 20 points.
Right. Okay.
And how many points was that again? Because you kind of lagged on my side for some reason.
Oh, sorry. Hang on one second.
You're only saying that because Seth Rollins got got like 2 or 3 pinfalls.
Yeah, basically the generally speaking, what was I saying?
Generally speaking,
No, I mean what was it you asked me?
The thing is, do we score each win from the gauntlet match?
Yeah, like I said, normally we'd score at 3 elimination points each, but because this was kind of special, and with the effort a lot of these guys went through to score the falls, I felt like they deserved more points, so I was going to award 5 for each fall.
I was saying cool. You're only saying that because Seth Rollins got the majority of the falls, didn't you?
No, I'm saying that because of how much effort all these men went through to get their falls, from Rollins against both Reigns and Cena to Balor, Elias, Braun Strowman. Not really, but he was against The Miz, and it was Braun Strowman, and he won the match anyway.
So he'd get victory points. He wouldn't get elimination points anyway.
Does it really matter?
This counts as a final elimination, so he would actually. Yes, Steph.
Does it really matter kind of what I say, considering I have 5 people in that match?
And no, he wouldn't get it because we've never scored it that way, Jim. We've never scored any kind of match that has eliminations. The final elimination is never counted because that's the victory. We always count it as a victory. We never count both.
I always count both. I don't know where the hell you've been.
Because I don't recall you ever counting both.
I always count both. I always count that as a final elimination.
Tiff, does he count it as a final elimination? Because I don't remember him ever doing that.
Count what? Sorry.
I did it at the Rumble. Go back and watch a Rumble video.
Did you? Because I don't remember you counting the...
Do you count?
Wait, so you gave Shinsuke, Shinsuke both elimination and victory points?
Yes, it's 3. It's only 3 points for an elimination. So yes, he got 3 for the final elimination plus everything else that he had. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, he did that for everybody in the Royal Rumble.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, because it's eliminations. I was talking about the final one.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I always constitute it as an elimination because it is an elimination match. So I always constitute it as an elimination and include those points. So
Okay, well, I never noticed you did that.
let's just, if we want me to limit it to 3, I will. Just whatever everybody wants to do, just tell me. I understand if it seems biased because the Rollins thing. I wasn't even thinking that, to be honest. I was just thinking with how big this match was, when it was a 2-hour match, it seemed like it deserved more than just 3 for an elimination. But maybe that's just me. It's not like they threw somebody out of the ring. They had to go through the effort of pinning or submitting them.
Let me ask you this: did Finn Balor get a pinfall?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he eliminated Elias.
Oh, okay, that's right. I forgot about that. I did hear about
Let's see if I can remember.
Okay.
Rollins beat Reigns. Rollins beat Cena. Then Elias beat Rollins, and then Balor beat Rollins, and then Miz beat Balor, and then Braun
Strowman.
beat Miz. If I can remember correctly.
Not quite. You were close. Rollins beat Reigns and Cena. Elias beat Rollins. Balor beat Elias. Miz beat Balor. Braun beat Miz.
That's what she just said.
I just said that.
No, you very clearly at one point said Balor beats Rollins.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah,
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I guess 5 is okay because it was a long ass match, and like you said,
Yeah, it was a special match. I wouldn't do it for just anything, but it seemed like a very special match to me. I wanted to award some extra points for that.
So, do we want to do the 5 and then rate it as a specialty match, or do we want to do the 3 and also rate it as a specialty match? Like, how does that work?
Well, it's a specialty match either way. It's a gauntlet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, 5 is okay. Let's go.
All right, let's do this. News. All the news. Every bit of it. What do I have? 14 items of it.
Damn.
All 14 items. That'll probably take about an hour and a half, folks.
Nah, a lot of these are short.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Number 1, as of the 19th, earlier this week, that would be as of this past Monday, ROH has officially launched the Honor Club streaming service. As advertised, it's out there. It's similar to the WWE Network. It's a completely overhauled ROH website. You can check it out over at rohwrestling.com.
Do they have a price?
Sorry.
Yes, much like the WWE Network, it is in fact $9.99. So definitely go and sign up for that if you are interested in some great Ring of Honor content.
Fair.
Indeed. So there you go. All kinds of good stuff. And you could pay $9.99 a month, or you could pay $99.99 for the whole year and save yourself $20. Or you could pay $119.99 and have all the pay-per-views included in that subscription.
Fair.
So go check that out if you're in Ring of Honor content. Of course, the Super Card of Honor is forthcoming, so that'll be on there. What else we got? Speaking of large-scale events, I'm just going down the list. I don't have a lot of segues this week. It's worth noting WWE is looking to break a record by holding a 100,000-seat show in Melbourne, Australia in 2018. The Melbourne Cricket Ground is looking to host more big events, and WWE wants to capitalize on that. The venue has the capacity to seat over 100,000 fans and is the 10th largest stadium in the world, having previously hosted events like the 1954 Summer Olympics, the 2006 Commonwealth Games, and multiple FIFA World Cups, to name a few. So, unfortunately, the Big Four are already scheduled, but with all pay-per-views going joint branded after WrestleMania, any given pay-per-view could be down there and be justified. So we will have to see how that pans out, but stay tuned for a massive event coming from down there.
Indeed.
The question that I bring up in this venue is Vince doing this just to rub the 10,000 seat thing in Cody Rhodes' face? That would be my question. Who knows? I don't. Moving on. What else we got? What else we got? Just going down the line here. This is going to come up on Raw, of course, but I'm just going to mention it now. It was announced that our next inductee to the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2018 is none other than Jeff Jarrett.
Double J.
Double J. Ain't I great?
Choke on this, slap nuts.
Yep. So he will be in. So congratulations to Jeff Jarrett. Awesome stuff there. Of course, the Hall of Fame induction ceremony will be on the Friday night before WrestleMania.
Did you hear the rumor behind a possible reason why Jeff Jarrett's being inducted this year?
What is the rumor behind the possible reason why Jeff Jarrett's being inducted this year?
Well, think about facts that we know. Number one, who is Vince grooming to run the WWE when he goes and takes off for football? Hello?
He's thinking. Either that or he turned it all the way down.
You mute yourself, Jim?
Yes.
Yeah, you muted yourself, Jim.
Yes, you did. Can't hear you. Hi. Can't hear you. We can see your lips moving.
Yeah, your gums are flapping and there ain't no sound, boy.
Hello?
There
you go.
Yeah, it wasn't muted. The Hangout stopped recognizing the mic for some reason. I didn't do shit. Anyway, Triple H.
Sure.
Correct. Now, who do we know that recently came over from TNA that's not a superstar?
Jeremy Borash?
Correct. And where is Jeremy Borash working within WWE?
NXT.
Correct. Do we see a pattern? Yeah, the rumor is, I don't know how much of it is rumor, how much of it is based on things people have heard, but from what I heard, it sounds like Triple H is putting together his team for when he takes over. And that's why he's bringing Jeff Jarrett back into the WWE fold, because apparently he's gone on record as saying that Jeff Jarrett is one of the best promoters in all of wrestling, regardless of the fact that he's like a drunk, high, stupid idiot. Still, he's a damn good promoter, and Triple H would want to leverage that. So the rumor is he wants to add Jeff Jarrett to his team, and the only way to do that is to bring him back into the WWE family so Vince would accept him.
So he wants to add Jeff Jarrett to his team because of Jeff Jarrett's quality as a promoter when he's already got Bischoff and Heyman on the payroll.
Yes. Because you have to remember, he has Heyman on the payroll for now. But after Brock leaves, who knows if Heyman's going to stick around. And number two, Bischoff's relationship has always been with Vince McMahon, not Paul Levesque.
True.
Whereas coming from the exact same era and being an actual wrestler, Double J would have more of a relationship with Paul Levesque than Vince McMahon.
Fair. Moving along.
Also Hardy Boys.
Yeah, I feel like that's the opposite of why you would want to do that.
Except Jarrett is the one that gave the Hardy Boys the rights from the beginning. Him and Dixie Carter did that, and then fucking Anthem fucked him over.
Yeah, except Jarrett's the one who took off from Impact instead of sticking around to negotiate the rights back.
He got fired, but yeah.
Yeah, because he got drunk.
Yeah, but either way, that's kind of the rumor that's going around as to a reason why Jeff Jarrett is now being inducted into the Hall of Fame. You know, because Triple H. It's like, okay, I could kind of see that. That would actually kind of make some sense.
Fair enough. Rolling on along. So Apollo Crews is no longer Apollo Crews.
No?
He is now just he is now just Apollo.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna go with the one name. It seems like a theme.
We are.
So I have to say, they changed his name to Apollo, but they didn't bother to change Titus O'Neil to just Titus.
They
that
did not.
seems odd. They should just call him Titus. It would make more sense.
It would, but it was Apollo they were concerned with.
Especially since it's Titus worldwide. There's no point to the O'Neal.
I know. Well, it was
an Apollo worldwide.
It was Apollo they were concerned with.
Titus, Apollo, and Dana.
And why did they do this?
Do you know, Jeff?
I have no idea. Would just assume because Vince McMahon, because we all know Vince McMahon has a fetish for one-name superstars. Or one-word name superstars. I mean, we have Neville instead of Adrian Neville, or had Neville instead of Adrian Neville. So, yeah.
True. However, in this case, there's actually a specific reason why they did this. In this case,
what, did Terry Crews go yell at him or something?
No, it wasn't Terry Crews. It was actually a different spelling of Crews, but you may and even you, Jeff, who pays attention to no news whatsoever, I'm assuming is aware that like 2 weeks ago a dude shot up a school and it kind of pissed people off
in Florida.
Yeah, that dude's last name was Crews.
Oh, okay.
But it was a C-R-U-Z in his case, but that was enough for Vince to go, oh shit, drop Paul's last name, drop Paul's last name.
Yeah. And actually, Terry does spell his last name the same. It is C-R-E-W-S.
He does, yes. But Vince did not want even though it is a different spelling, did not want the potential association with the Florida shooter, so that's why Apollo is now just Apollo. So. Well, good luck to Apollo. By the way, since it was confirmed that it is happening, good luck to Apollo and to Titus O'Neil in their tag team title match tomorrow night.
Am I the only one who thinks that since they're now dropping the name, they should repackage him as a Greek god?
No.
They need to repackage him as a Greek god and rehire the Masterpiece and team them together.
Yeah, right.
They should call them the Pantheon. There you go. I've just written a tag team for WWE.
You have. That's interesting. It's not bad. That's not bad.
So Apollo is now the sun god, is he?
No. Something like that. Wasn't there a dude wrestling named Zeus at one point?
Probably. There was probably a wrestler named Apollo at one point, I would imagine, but...
No, maybe. I feel like there was a guy named Zeus at one point, but I don't remember exactly.
Well,
anyway.
Searcher of libraries.
I'm not gonna start searching right now. We got too much other shit to do. Moving on. If you were not already enticed enough to be there, and if you have not bought your tickets, you may want to do so now, because for those who might remember, we reported this a while back that coming up this October is Chris Jericho's Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea. Sail away, man. And
that's right.
And it was confirmed this week by Chris Jericho at ChrisJerichoCruise.com, which is where you can go to sign up for the cruise, that joining him on the cruise, in addition to an assortment of talent from ROH and NJPW, is one Kenny Omega.
Of course. Well, it's not like he has anything else to do since he just got kicked out of the Bullet Club.
Yeah. In addition to his matches on the ship, there will be a Sea of Honor tournament aboard the ship, including fellow Bullet Club members Cody, the Young Bucks, Marty Scurll, and Adam Page, as well as the current Ring of Honor World Champion Dalton Castle, and fan favorites the Briscoes, Brandy Rose, Jay Lethal, Christopher Daniels, Kazarian, and Delirious, where the winner will get a Ring of Honor World Championship shot.
Wow.
So there you go. So if you weren't already enticed to go on that, go.
So basically, his Rock Ranger at Sea is over-glorified on the water ROH pay-per-view.
No, because he's got like Fozzy and a half a dozen bands playing too.
So it's like if he combined WrestleMania with an ROH pay-per-view?
Kind of. And it's a Rock and Rager. It's both. Mm-hmm. Moving along. That's rolling on. What do we got here? Yes. Of course, this week was the final round one match of the Mixed Match Challenge. This week's match was the team of Charlotte Flair and Bobby Roode versus Nia Jax and Apollo.
Any guesses on who won there, Jeff?
Don't know. What are the teams again?
The teams were Charlotte and Flair and Bobby Roode versus Nia Jax and Apollo.
I'm gonna say Flair and Roode.
You know, it's worth noting they did the ring introductions. Charlotte told Bobby Roode that she liked his robe. He told her that he stole it off a guy she might know.
That's not the only thing you stole off him.
Yeah. Apollo came out. He brought Titus and Dana in tow. Nia Jax did not look happy at this. They attempted to do their Titus Worldwide, and Nia was having none of it. And so the match went on. Jax told Titus and Brooke to shut up. Titus laughed and said they were just playing, but Jax continued to have issues with the duo and barked at them during the match. Jax threw Charlotte around for a while. Charlotte managed to come back by targeting the left knee of Nia and applying a figure 4, but she was unable to bridge into the figure 8 because Nia Jax's legs were too powerful.
Okay.
The men tagged in and Roode beat up Apollo for a while. Charlotte went up top for some reason after the ladies tagged back in. Apollo, oh no, they were just fighting at the same time. Apollo went for a moonsault, but Roode got the knees up. Charlotte then hit Nia Jax with a moonsault, while Bobby Roode connected with the glorious DDT for the win.
Yep.
So there you go. And it's worth noting that next week will be the first of the second round matches, and it will feature the team of Finn Balor and Sasha Banks taking on the team of The Miz and the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka.
Yeah. Sorry, Finn.
Yeah, basically. Renee Young interviewed the Robe Warriors, Charlotte and Bobby, after the match.
God, is that what they're calling themselves now?
Yes, the Robe Warriors.
Oh, dear God. If they're going to do that, they need to wear red robes.
Mm-hmm.
Not blue. But then again, they are SmackDown, so I guess blue fits. But then,
Anyway, they did an interview. Bobby Roode did a woo, and Charlotte made a face to indicate that it was not that good. Nia Jax took the match and said she said something she wanted to say for a long time. She smiled, and Titus took his jacket off, and Nia said to Titus that he's not a coach, Brooke is not a statistician, they're both a couple of zeros. They disrupted her and Apollo's training and their match. She mocked Titus worldwide, and when he tried to say it his way, she shoved him over. Dana tried to punch her, and she caught Dana's fist, and then Samoa dropped her on the mat.
okay, then.
So, yeah, that team is over.
Fair.
All right, so that happened. Moving along. Speaking of tournaments, hey, I have a segue. Woo, go me. Let's see here. Where is it?
Finally.
Woo, segue. All right. So, there is another tournament forthcoming. You might have heard of it.
Maybe.
It is the second annual Dusty Rhodes Classic.
Nope, never heard of
It's
it.
an annual thing now?
Yes, it is. This is the annual Dusty Rhodes Classic, which is taking place down in NXT, as announced by NXT General Manager William Regal. The matches for that tournament will begin on the March 7th episode of NXT, with the tournament winners going on to challenge the Undisputed Era's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly for the NXT Tag Team Championship at NXT TakeOver New Orleans on the weekend of WrestleMania. 8 duos will be competing, and it'll be interesting to see where this goes. However, there was an equally interesting development on the way, because it was noted, this is coming from over our good friends at CageSideSeats.com,
Okay.
that they put out the brackets for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic,
Mm-hmm.
and then they changed the brackets for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Okay.
So, what happened here? I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let's see.
Screen share time.
That's what I'm doing. Stop muting me, you bastards. Oh, he's plugging the headset in. Okay. All right. So here was the initial bracket.
Oh, okay.
can see-
Mustache Mountain. What?
Yeah, that's my new
fuck?
favorite. That's my new favorite tag team.
Who is that?
That is Pete Dunne, and I don't know who the other guy is.
I'm assuming another British guy.
Probably.
UK tournament.
Probably, but they're Mustache Mountain. Anyway,
Okay then.
so the
You
initial
want them in the
tournament-
next game, don't you? Just so you can get their like entrance stuff.
Yes. Moving along, we have the Street Profits taking on Heavy Machinery,
What the hell's Heavy Machinery?
their tag team. We have Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss taking on Sanity. We have TM61 versus the Authors of Pain, and then Oni Lorgan and Danny Burch versus Mustache Mountain. So that was the initial bracket. However,
Well, you know who you want to win this thing.
well, we'll see. However, that bracket was then amended to this bracket. Note the change.
Oh, they just changed who's facing whom, not the teams in it. Fair enough.
Well, you'll note the bottom left first round match and the upper right first round match were swapped.
Oh, they put them on into different sides of the brackets. Fair enough.
Indeed. They moved some of these matches around.
I think I
One.
know why. I think that just gave away what they're planning to do with this.
What are they planning to do with this?
Well, realize who's now on the left-hand side. They're doing this because the semifinal round is going to be Authors of Pain versus Heavy Machinery.
It can't be. They're facing in a semifinal, you dumb bastard.
Huh?
That would be a semifinal match.
Or the semifinal, whatever. But yes, that's what they're going to. That's probably what they're going to do. That'd be the only reason to put the Authors of Pain on that side, or put Heavy Machinery on the other side.
Well, no, because that makes less sense. More likely, they put them on that side because, and yeah, those two will probably end up in the semifinals, and whoever wins is going to face Sanity.
You think so?
Yeah. And that's also what the good folks over here think. Knowing they swapped the sides of the two potential favorites, but kept favorites are on, but kept it so that the TM61 Authors of Pain wouldn't face Sanity any earlier than the final, should that be the way they want to go. Does it make it any more or less likely that War Machine gets swapped in, a move a lot of people are asking for fantasy booking, since the team they'd likely replace, Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch, since Lorcan is said to be injured, now wouldn't face AOP or the Mighty until the final match? Who knows? But yes, that is coming up, so that'll be a good tournament. Stay tuned for that.
That could be the other reason they moved him over, is because they're planning to put War Machine over there.
Could be. Speaking of NXT,
Mm-hmm.
this is just something seemed worth noting.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from the Nikki Bella school of how to be a female WWE superstar.
Break your neck?
No. NXT, you will not be seeing NXT superstar Billie Kay anytime soon.
Okay. Why?
Because NXT, well, she has been out of action and then will be for some time. We don't. Her last match was a couple of weeks prior to the Royce Moon match, where she lost to Kairi Sane at an NXT live event back in November. Let's see. Was there a thing here for the estimated time frame on this, or are we not doing that? Oh, yeah. Supposedly it was 6 weeks, but she's been out for longer than that, so we don't know exactly what the deal is. But yes, Billie Kay has been out of action after undergoing breast augmentation surgery.
She got bigger tits?
Mm-hmm. That's what it would seem.
She went to the Stephanie McMahon school of how to be a superstar.
No, Nikki Bella. Yes, but Nikki Bella is more famous for that recently.
Recently, yes. Stephanie I think had larger, but yeah.
Probably,
So
but Stephanie also had hers removed.
Did she?
Yes.
Oh,
That was a thing that happened several years after the fact.
fair enough.
Well, that she did at some point in time have them removed, presumably to be taken more seriously as the head of a major company.
And that would explain why the Iconic Duo hasn't been called up yet or put into the. They weren't in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. So, yeah, you'll notice both members of the Iconic Duo were not particularly well endowed inherently. So,
You shouldn't have to be.
no, I'm just noting that they don't have to be. I'm just noting that being the case, it does not surprise me that one or the other might be self-conscious and decide to improve their self-esteem in that way.
Mm-hmm.
They're both cute, though.
Yeah, I mean, you would think Bailey would be the poster child for you don't need tits to make it on the main roster.
Have you seen Bailey's career recently?
At least she's on the main roster.
Yeah. For how long?
Yeah, for a while. She's been on there for a while.
She's the Santino of the women's roster.
Yeah, but it's not because she has a small chest.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's because they gave her a character that is incredibly one-note that they can't do anything with.
I think she's going to be turning Emma and then going back and then coming back with a different gimmick.
Bailey Lena?
The problem they had was they had a good gimmick for her, but it didn't translate well to the main roster. But it's not like they could give her another gimmick because they had too much money invested into that gimmick, and they were making too much money on that gimmick.
That happens quite a bit. I'm noticing is that the NXT gimmicks aren't getting over on the main roster as well as you might think.
Yeah.
On a lot of cases, but neither here nor there. But anyway, so we wish her a speedy recovery and hope to see both her and her tag team partner up on the main roster before long. Well, tag team women's division,
I will say,
you know what I mean.
The gimmicks aren't getting over, but it's not because the gimmicks are bad. It's because when you take those gimmicks and you put them under the control of Vince McMahon, he doesn't know what to do with them. That's the problem. Because you have to realize Triple H controls NXT. Triple H knows what to do with the gimmicks, obviously, because he's the one that built the gimmicks up. When you bring them to the main roster, especially if they go to Raw, Vince McMahon is the one that has the final say. And so, therefore, it doesn't matter what actually worked in NXT or not. It doesn't matter what Triple H says. Vince is the one that's going to have the final word. And it's obvious he doesn't know what the fuck to do with these gimmicks. And he just books them horribly.
It's not just that. It's also that NXT is a much smaller audience, and it's a more regular audience because it's in one location every time.
True.
So it's a lot of the same audience. So it's much easier to get something over with them in that smaller environment than it is to get it over with millions of people worldwide and in stadiums full of 20 to 30,000 people on average. So it's, it can be a difficult thing to translate that gimmick over. I mean, and even when it does work, it doesn't necessarily work. I point out to you the recently departed, no longer am I wearing his shirt, and his friend knee injury got nowhere near the tag team titles.
Sure they did. They were in the match with the Hardys.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they held them.
Yeah, they were all in that match for the purposes of the Hardys showing up and beating them all. That was why they were in that match. They all got the WrestleMania moment stolen by the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, but they didn't know that until the moment of. No one knew they were there.
I'm pretty sure the guys in the match knew it because they had to prep for the match. Nobody else knew, but the guys in the match had to know because they had to be ready to do all the crazy spots that the Hardys were going to come out and do.
Fair.
Speaking of the Hardys, glorious news.
Glorious.
Not that glorious.
Must mean Jeff is coming back.
He's right there.
Ha 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 ha. You know what I mean.
Yes. Wonderful news. It has been determined that the seven deities have graced us by healing Brother Nero so that he may return to us for the grand stage of the Great War, WrestleMania.
Okay, then. Yeah, no. So the question is he going to come out to Matt's music, or is he going to have his own music, or is he going to come out to the Team Extreme theme?
I don't know, but anyway, he was at Birmingham this past week for an evaluation on his shoulder, and He's expected to be sidelined around 6 months. That would put his return close to WrestleMania. And he's obviously aiming to be back in time for the pay-per-view. It would depend on medical clearance from the doctors, obviously. But he is in the state where he could potentially be at WrestleMania. Now imagine how much it would put the feud over if Brother Nero showed up and that cost Bray Wyatt his match against Woken Matt Hardy, only for Bray Wyatt to turn around and summon new Wyatt family members from the Ether and launch a faction feud.
Or Vince McMahon could TNA this thing.
Okay.
Well, think about it. What caused Matt Hardy to go broken Matt Hardy in the first place?
Losing a lot of matches.
No, I mean in the first place in TNA.
I have no idea.
Jeff Hardy becoming Brother Nero and spiking him through a table.
Ah.
Yeah. So what if he comes back as Brother Nero on the side of Bray Wyatt? Like, what if Bray Wyatt summoned Brother Nero from the Ether?
That'd be
to
weird.
fight Matt Hardy, to fight Woken Matt Hardy.
That would be weird.
That would be what the hardcore TNA audience would want to see.
Yeah, well.
Because
Anyway.
they don't like the fact that, Matt Hardy became, well, first of all, they don't like the fact that he's woken and not broken, but they accept that. But they don't like the fact that it's, oh, whoa, it's me, I lost a bunch of matches, now I'm going to go broken. No, fuck that. Bring in Brother Nero. That's what they want. It's like, well,
Sure.
WWE could do that because they could do, he comes back under the auspices of, Matt's like, yes, I'm going to have Brother Nero on my side and we're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. And then Jeff turns around, reverse of fates his ass, and Matt's like, the fuck? It's like, have you forgotten, broken Matt, exactly what Brother Nero was to begin with? And that's when Matt goes, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Or, because nostalgia, they could just keep them together. That would work, too.
Yeah, I feel like that's the more likely route they're going. Anyway, speaking of Impact, speaking of our good friends Impact up there in Canada,
Speaking of the owl.
Speaking of the Owl, it sounds like they're not paying people again.
Well, they didn't have money to begin with, and they decided to move lock, stock, and barrel to Canada. That couldn't have been cheap.
No, I imagine. According to a report, a number of Impact talent have reached out to indicate they have yet to be paid for the January TV tapings. While some also allege they weren't paid for the November Bound for Glory pay-per-view until the aforementioned January TV tapings. This has sparked fears among the talent that the next pay won't come until the April TV tapings, and worse, that this will be the new payment schedule moving forward. Ed Nordholm, president of Anthem Sports and parent company of Impact, released the following statement, and I quote, "Talent is not behind on their pay. We generally provide for the talent to be paid as independent contractors in the month following a month in which the services are rendered. This was an improvement over previous management where talent checks were issued only as the actual episodes aired, could be as much as 12 weeks after tapings before final installments were delivered. We instituted a payment policy last year to pay for all services rendered in a month in the following month, regardless of when the shows would air. Accordingly, checks for January were mailed in earlier mid-month, checks for November were mailed mid-December, and I understand got caught up in the Christmas mail delays. We realize that one unexpected impact of moving our corporate offices to Canada has been a further delay with mail services going cross-border. We are working to streamline our talent and payroll processing so future events will be paid closer to the beginning of each month after services are rendered." It's called direct deposit, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, right? But it's Canada, eh? Maybe they don't do that in Canada.
I don't know.
Yes,
Tim,
they
do they do that in Canada?
Yes, they do. I get direct deposit with my paychecks all the time.
Well, I could see there being some concern, though, because you probably get direct deposit in those fake Canadian dollars.
I can
Hardy
see
har.
I can see one potential problem with the direct deposit.
Mm-hmm.
Direct depositing from a Canadian bank to an American bank. I imagine that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, but I would imagine that even though they moved to Canada, that Impact could still maintain some American account or another.
That's assuming Anthem ever opened an American account after they bought TNA.
Well, TNA would have had accounts that would have transferred to Anthem's ownership during the purchase.
Oh, that's true. Unless Anthem decided to close the accounts and move everything
Which is
to their
possible.
parent account.
Who knows? But anyway, yeah, so hopefully the Impact talent are being paid.
And that's what you get for moving everything to Canada, you stupid fucking owl.
You're from Canada.
I'm not from Canada.
Your family's from Canada.
My grandmother's from Canada.
Yeah, i.e., family is from Canada.
Yeah.
Meaning you're from Canada.
Work for the Hart family.
I wish the Canadian government saw it that way.
Yeah.
Because I'd be up there in a fucking heartbeat because fuck Trump.
Yeah. All right. What else we got going on here? Which direction do I want to go on this?
Because I'm the only Canadian here, you guys make fun of Canada.
Yes, by saying I want to move to your country, I've made fun of it. Yes,
No,
tell me again how that
before
works.
that.
Well, I'm sorry. It's kind of what my family does.
Anyway, so we're talking about
is not going to justify that with a response.
moving on. Speaking of Bound for Glory was mentioned. Speaking of pay-per-views, by the way, as was announced last week, WWE is switching to all dual-branded pay-per-views following WrestleMania. Yes.
Apparently
So
that doesn't sound good.
Not to him. When they originally launched the brand split, the hope was that more pay-per-views would lead to an increase in WWE Network subscriptions on the premise that people would look at this and see, oh, we're getting more pay-per-views, therefore, but the price is the same $9.99, therefore we're getting more value for the money. You know, since there's increased value for that money, that makes me want to subscribe. That is a logical business, line of thinking. I see where they were going with that.
Yes.
But the initial plan was going to be 20 pay-per-views, but that was quickly dropped to 18 and then 16 as the company found out that the number of pay-per-views had very little impact on network numbers at all, and in fact only allowed them to spend more money producing the shows. That's ultimately what likely sealed the fate of the single-branded pay-per-views.
That and the reason you mentioned last week.
Right.
Because the reason you mentioned last week does kind of make sense. However, I don't think this is the right answer for that particular reason. I think WWE Creative is going to find that this isn't exactly may not make things that much better.
It may be, but I foresee ways they could make this work. Assuming that the world titles and the women's titles are going to be on every pay-per-view, I would see the tag titles and the mid-card titles and the cruiserweight to a lesser extent getting a little shafted, but they could make up for that by having those titles be the main basically, don't defend the women's and world titles on TV. Have the mid-card titles and the tag titles be the titles that are defended on TV on a semi-regular basis to make it special that they are the ones that are defended on TV that you get to see. They are the ones that main event your weekly shows as title matches at the end of Raw, at the end of SmackDown. Have it be those mid-card or tag team title matches. Make those special for the shows and not have, all the regular main event matches with your big guys that are title type stuff and save that for the pay-per-views to make that more special. That way everybody has a venue where their thing is important. And you could occasionally still put one of those mid-card or tag titles on a pay-per-view if you had a big feud going. But for the sake of balancing things out, this would give a reason where everything could be equally important in some manner.
Now, see, because I was thinking they'd have all the titles, on the line at the pay-per-view, and that would just shaft everybody else. So the only feuds that would be going in, well, except that they're going to now be having like 4-hour pay-per-views, so they could theoretically keep the stuff up. But I was thinking with that's like what, 4, 8, 9 titles if you count the cruiserweight title. That's like most of the card right there, and it's like, where are you going to have room to do actual other feuds and building of new talent and new superstars, new teams and stuff? You can't do that because it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to showcase them on TV. That's fine. But the biggest issue you're going to have is how are you going to end feuds? How are you going to bring, raise the feuds to specific levels if you can't showcase them on a pay-per-view? Because that's what's going to end a feud, or that's what's going to continue a feud and bring it to the next level. That's what a pay-per-view is designed to do, aside from the titles. And
which is
I don't see it happening.
Which is why I think what they're going to have to do to compensate for some of this is every so often they're going to have to elevate a televised show to a pay-per-view level of quality every so often. And like I said, I don't think they're going to put every title on every show. It would be incredibly stupid booking to do that. They're not going to have every title on every pay-per-view. It would number one, that's 9 matches on every show. Most pay-per-views, because it has not been confirmed that the pay-per-views are going to 4 hours. That has not been confirmed. That's just rumored at this point.
Okay.
So I think it's more likely that they'll drop it, and maybe they'll have, each show will have one world title, a women's title, a tag, and maybe the cruiserweight on certain ones, depending. And basically have it maybe 4 to 5 title matches on a show and vary which titles those are. Or, like I said, go in such a way where the big titles are on pay-per-views and the lesser ones are defended on TV. Either way.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be weird. I had another idea for if that they're going to go this route, but I don't know if the fan base would like it because it wouldn't be too much different from what you have now, but it'd be basically, kind of know what to expect every pay-per-view. And that is, you take the Universal title, strip the name off it, and just call it the Raw Championship. You take the SmackDown title, take the belt away from SmackDown, give them a blue variant of it, and you have basically undisputed or Universal variants of the titles that the brands fight against. So every pay-per-view would be like, okay, which brand is going to get which title? Which brand's going to get the most titles? Which brand is going to have the bragging rights? Say, well, we have all these titles. And basically, between the pay-per-views each month, it becomes survival mode, basically. It's, can the current champions stay the champions to the next pay-per-view to have another shot at the big title? And, of course, whoever holds that, the undisputed title would still have their brand title. And it's like, okay, so are they going to hold their title until the next pay-per-view? Or is someone else going to take their title from them and someone else is the champion going into that pay-per-view, in which case that match now becomes a triple threat match for the big Universal title?
I actually really like that. Wow.
And then, like, the Universal champions would be able to go between the shows because obviously it'd be competitors from both shows. So you'd have a Universal or undisputed men's title, women's title, and tag title. Those are the 3 that would have undisputed.
So basically, champions for each show competing for overarching belts. That might turn into a massive clusterfuck, but I could see it.
Because I was thinking that would then you'd have belts that are only defended at the pay-per-views, and it would be like a prize fight.
I could see it. Set it up in such a way that basically you become the best of your show, and then the pay-per-views are, people competing back and forth. That's fucking brilliant. Holy shit.
That way that way all the regular titles are defended on the TV shows, and then the pay-per-views you could throw like the mid-card titles up there once in a while, like have an Intercontinental title match, have a U.S. title match, Cruiserweight title match. Those would be the 3 staple titles that would be defended at the pay-per-view, are the 2 mid-cards and the Cruiserweights, and then the big undisputed matches.
Interesting. I can see it. Now, the only problem is, depending on the feuds that are going on, you still want to get feud payoffs because it would be a lot of, always be like cross-branded matches going on. So the feud payoffs will be a little harder to book because you wouldn't have pay-per-view feud payoffs anymore. You'd have to have feud payoffs on the television shows for the brand titles to get to the pay-per-view. So that would completely change how booking would have to work, though.
Well, the undisputed titles would be the only cross-branded. I mean, once you could have a cross-branded match here and there, but the other matches would be brand-specific matches. You'd have like a couple SmackDown matches, a couple Raw matches for feuds. Maybe you don't have the U.S. title on the line to make room for a really big feud, and that's fine because you can just have the U.S. title match on, what is it? That's on SmackDown, right? It's on SmackDown.
Oh, I see, right, because there'll only be 3 matches dedicated to those. Okay. I see.
Yeah, so it cuts down on the big title matches to make enough room for story and to showcase other things, but you still get those big matches, and because those titles are only defended at the pay-per-view, it's kind of taking the Brock Lesnar scenario and applying it to the belt instead of the superstar.
I can say, Tiff, wake up. Tiff, wake up.
I think she's asleep. But yeah, I came up with that shortly before we went on the air. Like I said, the only concern I have with going a route like that is, does it then become too boring because you know kind of what to expect? Because there's going to be the undisputed men's title match. There's going to be the undisputed women's title match. There's going to be the undisputed tag title match. And, like before, who's going to be in that match, of course. And the logistical issue is, if you have 2 people from 2 shows vying for that belt, how are you going to build them up? if they're on different shows.
But that's just it. You don't have to, because their inherent buildup is the feuds that they're in on their individual shows.
That's true. Yeah.
And the buildup is just, overcoming your feud on your show. Like, for example, let's take SmackDown, for example. We are the Usos, the SmackDown Tag Champs, and we got the SmackDown Tag Division on lock. And next, we're coming for you, Bar. Because with SmackDown on lock, the undisputed tag titles will be coming home to us. And basically,
and once we have those titles, that gives us the free ticket to Monday Night Raw, which we'll also have on lock.
You saw what we did to the Bludgeon Brothers. Imagine what we're gonna do to you.
Yeah.
Build it up like that. So it will be less about there being necessarily animosity between the two teams going in for that match, and just more about these are the tops of their respective brands. We've seen who they've beaten. Let's see if they can, who's going to come out on top from the pay-per-view. It'd be less about the feuds and the pay-per-views for those titles, the undisputed titles, would be less about why do these guys not like each other, and more about who's going to be in those matches up until the last minute.
And just more about who's the better team. It's going to be more about the belt and the prestige of the belt.
Exactly. I like it. Let's keep that on the back burner. I like that.
Do it, WWE.
Anyway, so it's worth noting that the pay-per-views that the company dropped for the rest of the year in order to fit things in are Payback, which was scheduled for May, and Battleground, which was scheduled for July. Mm-hmm. Those pay-per-views are gone.
Can you imagine that implemented into a WWE video game?
That'd be interesting. However, if you're going to implement that, I feel like what would have to happen in that instance is, Universe mode, it would be fun, but I feel like you could implement something like that. If you were going to do that in career mode, you would build up your career till you won a brand's title, and then you would have to go online and fight other people for the undisputed titles.
So that would be a whatever the online mode is, exclusive title?
Yeah, those would be online. It would be what do they call that shit where you're in career and you go online?
I can't remember what it's called now.
Fucking that thing. Fucking Road to WrestleMania mode.
Yeah.
There we go. That will be your Road to WrestleMania mode, is competing for those titles. And if you win a match that is for, basically if you work your way up to a ranking at a certain level, if you win a title, you get points going toward, your shit or whatever. Anyway, there's also some shuffling. Hell in a Cell was originally on September 30th. Is now going to be on September 16th, while Extreme Rules has taken the place of Battleground on July 15th.
Mm-hmm.
So the schedule after WrestleMania going forward is as follows. Backlash at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey on May 6th. Money in the Bank at Chicago in the Allstate Arena on June 17th.
CM Punk.
Extreme Rules in Pittsburgh at the PPG Paints Arena on July 15th. SummerSlam at the Barclays in Brooklyn on August 19th. Hell in a Cell in San Antonio at the AT&T Center on September 16th. TLC in Boston at the TD Garden on October 21st. Survivor Series at the Staples Center in LA on November 18th. And the Clash of Champions at the SAP Center in San Jose on December 16th. So there you go there. Pay-per-views forthcoming. All right, what else is here? Let's see. Speaking of people who won't get any pay-per-views anytime soon. It was confirmed last week that Rich Swann and WWE had agreed to part ways.
Yep.
And it's interestingly worth noting that you will be seeing him wrestling soon, however, because Rich Swann in his departure was not given the traditional 90-day no-compete clause.
Oh, he was just given get out and don't let the door hit you in the ass?
Something like that. He was given a full release without that, so he's free to work immediately, and he's actually already begun taking indie dates.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for Rich Swann on the indie circuit, under whatever name he's going to be going by on the indie circuit. All right, what else we got here? Let's do this. As we're going to talk about coming up on Raw here in just a moment, Seth Rollins actually set a WWE record.
Yep.
For 1 hour and 5 minutes spent in the hashtag Gauntlet match, which is the longest amount of time any superstar has ever been in a match on Monday Night Raw. So that's fun. So congratulations to Seth for that. And a hell of a performance, dude. Well done.
Yeah, and for the record, you can thank Vincent Kennedy McMahon for that.
I'm sure. By the way, before this past Monday's Raw, the last time there were exactly 3 matches on an episode of Monday Night Raw was back in June of 2005, which also featured a 3-on-3 tag match as the main event.
Fair.
If you'd like more fun information involving numbers like this, go follow at WWE Stats on Twitter.
Run by Dana Brooke?
I don't know. Something is.
But no, the reason I mentioned that is because a lot of people were saying, oh, this must have been Triple H's brainchild to do a 2-hour-long match, blah, blah, blah. And it actually came out. No, it was actually Vince's call to do one match for like 2/3 of the show.
Well, yeah, obviously it was, because if there was going to be a match 2/3 of the show of Triple H Brooke, then it would have been him versus the Broom.
Ha, 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 ha.
So, last but not least, let's talk about Roman Reigns.
Do we have to?
Unfortunately. So, there's been some recent reports going around of Roman Reigns being linked to a steroid ring.
Yes, there has been.
And the people involved are further claiming they have proof of his involvement in purchasing the substances and will reveal them in the coming weeks. The only comment from WWE has been Reigns himself, who said he's never heard of the guy. Well, the company's treating it like a non-story. But it will be interesting to see if there's any impact on the storylines going forward, because so far WWE hasn't even considered changing WrestleMania plans. But if this evidence does come out and prove to be true, Roman would immediately enter a forced 60-day suspension due to being his second violation. And that would just fuck WrestleMania 6 ways to Sunday.
Well, that would fuck tomorrow, too, because chances are Roman's going to win that match. And then if after that, all of a sudden he's into that forced 60-day suspension, it's like, well, fuck our last pay-per-view. Well, because the Elimination Chamber match is supposed to be for the #1 contendership, right? For the main event of WrestleMania. And Roman is probably going to win that to face Brock. But if shortly following that, if it comes out that, yeah, it is true and Roman's a lying son of a bitch and he did in fact take steroids and has to go on that 60-day suspension, then it's like, oh crap, what do we do now? Because, yeah, it fucks the WrestleMania plans, but then it's like Elimination Chamber just literally meant nothing.
Yeah. But I guess at that point, I think logic would dictate that whoever the last person that Roman eliminates would therefore inherit his responsibilities as #1 contender.
That better be Finn Balor.
Well, we'll find out. Anyway, so we will keep an eye on that story and report more to you as we know more. So let's go over to the actual programming. Let me fire up the scoreboard and we'll see where we're at here. Too many windows.
You are online.
Too many windows, too many windows.
You just came online.
Okay then, random.
Oh, blame Skype.
I do blame Skype.
Next.
Indeed. So let's go ahead and send this up. Boop. 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 All right. So as we can all see here, currently in the lead at 44-14 is the Balor Club Worldwide. Followed in second place at 42-31 by the Blissful Ride of Justice, and trailing way in last, the Curse of the G, the Certified Woken Beast Slayer.
Mm-hmm. He's not the only reason you're that low. Your roster kind of cannibalized this season.
A little bit. A little bit. Yeah. We will see how it pans out.
Yeah.
So, looking at the scoreboard, right up at the top is still Cedric Alexander at 422.
We can't see the scoreboard. There we go.
What do you mean you can't see the scoreboard?
Now I can see the scoreboard.
Fucking delayed reaction Skype. Anyway,
Seth Rollins. Wrong company.
Okay, hang out. Whatever. Anyway, Seth freaking Rollins clocking in at 337, followed by Roman Reigns, the big dog, at 319. WWE Champion AJ Styles at 310, followed just 3 points behind him by Finn Balor at 307. U.S. Champ Bobby Roode clocking in at 306, 1 point later, followed by the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, down at 267, just a few points ahead of the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman at 264, who is tied with Sami Zayn, also at 264. Rounding out the top 10 is Cesaro at 233, who, if we're counting Strowman and Zayn as one due to the tie, that means his tag team partner, Sheamus, would also be in the top 10 at 232. All right. So there you go there. Let us throw these guys into order. Bam. And we will go ahead and proceed.
Quickly.
What?
I said quickly.
Yes. Why quickly?
I don't know. Well, hopefully Tiff will be back. She said BRB, but yeah, we'll see.
Oh, I did not hear her say BRB.
She didn't say. She just typed it to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she sent me a Skype.
Oh, okay. That's fair then.
I don't know. She might be passed out.
We'll find out. If she
Anyway.
typed BRB, she's obviously not passed out.
Well, she wasn't at that time, but well, we'll see. Anyway, continue.
You said she just sent it. Make up your mind.
She sent it about 10 minutes ago.
Fair enough. Anyway.
Welcome to Monday Night Gauntlet.
Pretty much. We open up Monday Night Raw with Roman Reigns. Oh, by the way, we're at the Talking Stick Resort Arena in Phoenix, Arizona.
Monday Night Braun. Which means he ain't winning tomorrow.
Monday Night Rollins.
Yeah.
We open up with Roman Reigns, who comes out to kick off the program, steps in the ring with Renee Young for an interview about the upcoming Elimination Chamber. Says he knows all about Elimination Chambers and is the only one in the upcoming match who has a chance against the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. Seth Rollins interrupts, and the first match of the night begins. And the match that is the most night. By the way, since he was brought up there, random side note. Head over to Paul Heyman's Twitter account if you get an opportunity. Because TMZ caught up with Paul Heyman in a sweatsuit at a baggage claim.
Okay.
He was not pleased. And they published a report stating that Paul Heyman indicated that Brock was in good enough shape to make a UFC return and might be doing so. And number one, Paul Heyman immediately proceeded to cut a promo on them and put Brock over. And number two, proceeded to follow up with a response tweet noting that always love being caught in a sweatsuit. By the way, for the record, one, I said Brock Lesnar does what Brock Lesnar wants to do. Number two, I am not a manager. I am a hashtag advocate. And I am the best in the world. You're welcome. Well, props to Paul Heyman for being on top of things in all scenarios.
What can I say except you're welcome?
On the moon, the stars in the sky. Hey, Tiff's back. Hi, Tiff.
Welcome back.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Disney's doing all kinds of cultures. I think we need to petition Disney to make a Canadian Disney movie.
Did we do any scoring yet?
Not yet. I just went through all the shit, and now we are going to go to the gauntlet match. But first off, promo points to Roman Reigns to open the program.
Sure.
That's 5 points to Roman. 324.
Okay, just give me a second to get settled.
Taking a second for you to get settled.
Ha ha ha.
Yow, they're coming to take me away.
Wish they would.
Why, you want to do all this numbering every week?
Alright, and away we go.
Alrighty. For the record of the people at home, with the benefit of the people at home. As we mentioned earlier in the podcast, it's not a podcast, it's a video, but whatever the fuck this is that we're doing, we will be scoring 5 points per elimination in this due to the unique nature of the match. Just getting that out of the way. Alrighty. Let's see what happened.
I'll never back down from a fight.
Neither did any of these men, except maybe there is. So we open up.
Probably didn't back down as much as he got manhandled.
Yeah, basically. He got mishandled.
All right.
I'm hearing weird background noise.
Like what?
Somebody have a fan? Somebody have a fan or something on?
No, I think somehow my friggin' Xbox 360 turned itself on.
Ah, okay.
I gotta
Anyway.
find a remote to turn it off.
And that is why Xboxes suck. And I will not own one. Moving along.
Yes.
Also, Lando tip, just get the WWE Network on your Xbox 360. Anyway. We open up with Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins as our initial bout of this gauntlet match. And these two put on a hell of a fight. Like, damn. Anybody else see this?
Yes.
What
No.
do you think? Well, you
I thought
failed,
you
Jeff.
missed the last. I thought you don't catch the first 2 hours of the Raw.
I normally don't see the first hour of Raw, except when Monday is a federal holiday like President's Day.
Oh yeah, right.
Well, you know what I was doing during Raw because I was online with you, idiot.
Well, yes, but we still checked in with the gauntlet match periodically as we were playing GTA.
You didn't ask if I knew about it. You asked if I saw it. I didn't see anything because I was playing GTA.
Valid point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was unfortunately a time limit for certain things to occur on Monday in the game, so I benefited Jeff by helping him.
And I do
Anyway.
appreciate that.
You were welcome. Anyway, you wanna appreciate me? Buy me a shark card. Anyway. So, Rollins and Reigns start off, and they put on a hell of a back-and-forth fight, although not a lot of it is mentioned here in this recap, unfortunately. But great back-and-forth, a lot of instances where you thought it would be a match win, but it was not. A lot of countering, a lot of great stuff. But the first fall does end up going to Seth freaking Rollins. After an exchange of pin attempts, he manages to roll Reigns up for the 3 count.
We do need to finish that.
Finish what?
Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh, yeah. That's a whole nother story. So, Roman Reigns, let's see here. Our base for this, as we go through this insanity, just real quick, is going to be, let's see, 5 for being in a match, plus, what is it? 3 for being in a specialty match. And it's going to be an 8 at base.
Oh, wait.
All right. So Roman Reigns will get 8 for that, and he'll get 1 for the move that he hit. He hit a Superman punch. I feel like I feel like there's more moves that they're not listed here, and I can't award points for them, and it annoys me. But
Unless you know what they are.
now they're not in my head, so we're not going to worry about it.
There.
So that's going to be 9 points to Roman Reigns then.
All right.
All right. So after this, the next superstar, and mind you, Rollins is now exhausted for putting on up this fight against Roman Reigns, which did go on for at least a good 15 minutes. And through a commercial break. The next competitor is John Cena.
John Cena sucks. Fuck you, Cena. Cena sucks. Which I'll admit, I'm surprised Cena did not eliminate Rollins. You lose, Jim. Hello.
I'm here.
Speak.
You speak.
You're the one with all the results and the points.
I know.
Seth Rollins managed to pull out an AA on Cena.
Which Cena kicked out of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I guess Seth Rollins has move steal. Got to check that next time I'm in the game. See if Rollins has move theft.
I see no reason he would not. Anywho.
Mm-hmm. Score.
Yes, we are working on that.
You are doing no such thing.
I am doing all the such thing. Do not question me.
You already covered that there was a base 8-point match, so.
Yes. So, like I said, we will add to Rollins as we go here because he is not done yet.
So, Cena.
Yeah, so John Cena enters the match, and he and Rollins have a good old back and forth. Again, great match. Rollins attempts to beat Cena right off the bat by dropping him as soon as he jumps in the ring, going for a pinfall, but he is not successful. And Cena finally manages to come back. They fight outside to a 9 count, come back in. Cena drops Rollins and hits 3 belly-to-belly suplexes.
You are
Rollins
not Brock Lesnar.
Rollins reverses some AA attempts. They brawl outside to another 9 count. Rollins frog splashes for a 2 count. Cena with an AA gets a 2, but doesn't pull it off. Cena goes up top, but Rollins catches him on a superplex, follows up with a Falcon Arrow for a 2. Rollins escapes an STF twice. And Cena carries him up to the top turnbuckle looking for a super AA, but Rollins elbows his way out. Cena knocks Rollins. What's that?
I was going to say he also escapes the... Oh, wait. No, you already said it. Never mind.
Cena goes for a crossbody, but Rollins manages to roll through and hit an AA of his own on John Cena, the sheer power of Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Cena kicks out of this at 2, and Rollins goes for a Phoenix Splash, but Cena rolls out of the way, follows up with an AA, but then gets a little over arrogant and goes for another AA, which Rollins slips out of, nails the wristlock knee, and then a curb stop to eliminate John Cena from this match.
You mean the Kingslayer?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's the move you're talking about.
Are we still calling it that?
I thought that's what he called it. Despite the fact he never once used it on Triple H.
Yeah, well. Let's see, when is the last note here? October, that was February. Let's see here. It's had several names. The Kingslayer was not listed as one of them.
Really? Because I could have swore that's what they actually called it. But
at one point, it's names listed are King's Landing, the Ripcord Knee, and the Revolution Knee.
Okay, then.
So
I would have just called it Knees to Faces.
Yeah. Anyway.
Bring the shirt back.
There you go. Anywho, so Rollins defeats John Cena there.
This time not breaking his nose with that move.
Yep. And of course, the curb stomp for the victory, dropping Cena. Unfortunately, Elias is out next. And Rollins is just too beaten down from the previous 2 matchups to put up a hell of a fight.
But wait. We need to do the scoring. We never did the scoring.
What do you mean?
You didn't score John Cena.
Oh, okay.
Or Seth Rollins. I don't know if we're waiting until the end.
Seth Rollins is going to get eliminated, and then he will be scored. I score at the elimination point.
Okay.
John Cena is going to get the base 8 points, and 9 points for moves is going to put John Cena at 17 points for this match. Wait, is that right?
I don't know. Say that again.
I can't do maths.
You get the base 8 plus.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, 9 and 8, so 17. Okay. 17 points to John Cena. By the way,
Mm.
this is a thing.
Mm.
I can find this thing.
Mm.
Somebody, I don't know where somebody got this. Somebody posted it from somewhere, and I don't know where.
Mm-hmm.
But this was purportedly a thing.
Okay.
I saw it on a Facebook group I'm a part of.
Okay.
So I'm sure that we all know well, we all know John Cena's doing a lot more movies recently.
Yes.
And there is a lot of different things that I don't know where this detail came from. Anyway, strictly rumor for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
It seems incredibly. I'm pretty sure this is fake.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is fake. We shall see. But it was purported that John Cena would be providing a voice for the third installment of Disney's Descendants series.
Okay.
As I said, I think this was fake, but it purportedly would be voicing either Pain or Panic of the Hercules films in that movie.
Okay then.
So I don't know if that's true. I don't think it is, but that was a purported rumor.
Hmm.
Strictly rumor until otherwise stated. Anyway,
Okay,
Elias
okay,
comes in.
Before we continue,
Yes.
we already cleared that they were going to get the base 8 because of 5 points for being in the match and 3 points because of the specialty.
Yes.
Did they get any more points because they were eliminated? Didn't we cover that?
No, it's points for eliminating someone.
Okay.
Which right now, as of this point in the match, only Seth Rollins has eliminated people, and he has not himself been eliminated, so he has not been scored yet.
Okay.
However,
Alright,
we're going to fix that as Elias comes down and begins stomping on Seth Rollins. Tries a bunch of pin attempts but doesn't get one. Meanwhile, we do see Cena interviewed backstage regarding losing the match there. And he puts over how great Rollins is. And says that Rollins wants to be the best on Raw, but Cena has more on his plate to balance and needs to win on Sunday if he wants to go to WrestleMania. So I'll throw a promo to John Cena for that because we were overlaying promos during this gauntlet. I'll put Cena up at 229 for that.
Fuck Cena, dude. Putting over Rollins but not Balor? What the fuck? That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, well. So back in the ring, Elias works over Rollins' knee, keeps him grounded, but he's too exhausted to fight back, so Elias manages to put him down for a 3 count. Rollins is eliminated.
Yes, comic book guy.
Oh, get eliminated! Anybody else remember Most Extreme Elimination Challenge?
Yes.
Some good shit. Anyway, so with Seth Rollins eliminated, let's go through and calculate his points. So Seth Rollins is going to get 10 points for his 2 eliminations.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get 20 move points. Is 30. And he's going to get the base 8. Is 38 points to Seth freaking Rollins.
How does he get 10 for the 2 eliminations? I thought we were only doing 3.
5.
Well, I thought we agreed to 5.
Oh, okay. That's where I missed it.
Yep. So 38 points to Seth freaking Rollins. Let's see, that's 67 and 8 is 375. Eh.
He gets 10 and another. But I don't know. For some reason, I'm getting 30. I mean 40. So I don't know where I'm getting that.
Mhm. It's not even close.
I know. Because you said
What?
10 and 30, and I was trying to. I don't know where I got the 30. But I guess it's 20 for winning the match, so that makes it 30 and then
No,
8
he didn't win a
points.
match. He didn't win. It was only eliminations. Seth Rollins gets 10 points for the 2 eliminations, and he had 20 points worth of moves.
Yeah, that's where I got it. Okay,
So
we're all
20
good.
worth of. Okay, moving on. All right. So after this, Finn Balor comes out, and Elias takes the fight to him as soon as he gets in the ring. Renee Young interviews Rollins in the back, where he says beating Cena Reigns tonight means nothing if he loses on Sunday. So promo to Rollins.
I'm sorry to be a bother, but can you go back to where you had 375 for Rollins?
Okay.
Back before that, see how many points he had.
337.
And he had 38 points overall.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
375.
I don't know where my calculations are going wrong. Never mind. We're good now.
At 37 plus 38 it's basically 60 plus 15. Because 7 and 8 is 15.
Mhm.
So 60 plus 15 is 75, therefore 375.
Mhm.
Get it?
Yep.
Good. So
Go forward one more. Go forward one more. Redo one more. There you go. Now you're caught up.
Right, because the promo. Okay, moving along. Balor and Elias go out at it.
And Balor beats the holy hell out of him.
Yeah, Balor works over Elias. Elias works over Balor's shoulder after he attempts and fails a coup de grace, though. Balor tries to mount a comeback but gets stunned with an elbow to the face. They fight outside for a while, and Elias gets drop kicked into the corner of the barricade. Then gets taken back in the ring for a sling blade. They fight to ringside again, and Balor gets shoved into a ring post. And he tries to keep beating on Balor in the ring, but Balor manages to drop him successfully and nail the coup de grace for a 3.
Was that a shotgun drop kick into the barricade?
Probably.
Okay, because that is a signature move.
I am aware of his signature moves. He has about 3 of them.
No more than that, but okay.
Well, his signature moves constitute a sling blade, a shotgun drop kick into the corner, a coup de grace, and that kick from the apron that he does.
And a Pele kick.
And a Pele kick. All right, so Elias will get the base 8 for being in the match. He'll get 5 for eliminating Seth Rollins. Is 13, and then 4 moves is 17 points to Elias. So that would be 197.
I'm on track now.
Well, that'd be 197, and 7 would be 204. Okay. As Balor gets back to his feet, the Miz's music hits, but only the Miztourage come out to the stage. When Balor is suddenly jumped by the Miz from behind, who came out of the crowd. He beats Balor down inside the ring and outside, working over the bad shoulder that Elias started working on. The Miztourage watch from ringside. Elias does an interview from the back saying he's got the biggest advantage on Sunday and will go on to put on the performance of his life at WrestleMania. It's a promo to Elias.
How does he figure he has the biggest advantage?
Because he won the triple threat a couple weeks ago. He enters last.
Oh, yeah.
It's 209 for Elias, by the way. Bam. Moving along. So Miz hits the
And then we
kicks.
see Jim's face.
Hi.
Hi. There we go.
Yay. Anywho. So Miz manages to hit the it kicks. But Balor ducks one and fires back with some chops and punches, hits him with a drop kick and a DDT. Works him over in the corner, but Miz fights back. There's some back and forth. Miz goes for a skull-crushing finale, but Balor escapes it. Dallas interferes with a cheap shot while the ref isn't looking. Balor ducks a clothesline and hits a suicide dive onto the Miztourage. Then gets back on the apron and nails Miz with the apron kick. Dallas and accidentally get up on the apron, but Balor kicks them off. But the distraction leads to Miz hitting a cheap shot on Balor, and then a skull-crushing finale for a 3 count. Balor eliminated.
So where was the Balor Club during all this?
Not there.
So much for protecting your
Apparently.
leader, you sacks of shit.
Well, they will be. It was confirmed post-Raw that the Good Brothers will be taking on the Miztourage in a match on the Elimination Chamber pre-show tomorrow. So that will be happening. Stay tuned for that. Which, by the way, we will be ending the show with our predictions for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view.
Fair. Continue.
So Miz hit a cheap shot on Balor and a skull-crushing finale and eliminated Balor, and the ref did not DQ the Miz for the Miztourage's interference.
Which, fuck the ref?
Yes. So Balor is eliminated. Miz gets an elimination on his belt. Anyway. So, unfortunately, Miz may not have wanted to do that.
Are you going to score Balor or not?
Oh, fine.
Give me points.
All right, let's see here. He's got 5 for his elimination of Elias. He's got 8 moves. Is 13. And he's got the base 8. Is 21 points to Finn Balor. That is 328 for him. All right. And of course, last but not least, the Miz realizes what a mistake he has made by using an advantage to beat Finn Balor because
Yep.
The Miz realizes what he has done, proceeds to wet himself, and then run into the audience in an attempt to get away. This does not work as Strowman chases the Miz down like a freaking marathon runner and swats him in the back, sending him flying onto the floor near the stage
For a big
area.
guy, he's really fast.
He is. He's insanely fast. It's frightening. Anyway, he proceeds to drag Miz. Back down the back into the ringside floor. He throws him over the barrier back into the ringside floor. He then takes him in the ring and proceeds to have his way with him, as we see Finn Balor interviewed backstage, where he said that he's glad the Miztourage will be locked out of the Elimination Chamber. So I'll promo to Finn Balor real quick. 5 would be 333. Which is interesting, because I think that just tied him with...
Seth Rollins.
It was, but then Seth got the promo, which broke the tie. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Moving on.
You said it, not me.
I did say it. Anyway, so after this, the Miz proceeds to just start manhandling everybody. Braun just bam, power slam, bam, power slam, bam, power slam. Strowman hits a drop kick at one point. Miz hits a skull-crushing finale on Braun off the distraction, but Strowman kicks out at 2 with authority. He then clotheslines the Miz and power slam. And Braun Strowman is your gauntlet match winner. He then proceeds to go to the stage and do an interview where he says that he does not fear the unknown. The unknown fears him. And then he'll win on Sunday just like he won tonight. And then he's coming for Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar will get these hands.
Exactly.
So Braun Strowman is Russian now?
How was that?
Yeah.
In communist Russia, unknown fears me.
Yeah. It has to fear somebody. It certainly doesn't fear Rusev. Anyway,
yeah, therefore he won't be winning.
yeah. So after this, Braun Strowman goes, excuse me, I have some unfinished business. Ever since to march himself back down to the ring and dish out a half a dozen more power slams. That's a rounded number. It wasn't exactly half a dozen. So there you go.
So Braun decided to help the Good Brothers out and soften up the Misterage.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Thank you, Strowman.
Clap, 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 clap.
Even though I don't have the Good Brothers.
Yep. Anywho. So let's go ahead and we will, first of all, the Misterage are going to get themselves accompaniment and interference points. So 11 points to Bo and Curtis. What's the both at 111? We then have the Miz.
Miz.
Miz. So the Miz achieved one elimination by getting rid of Finn Balor. So he does get points for that. And that means we're going to have, let's see, the Miz is going to get himself 5 points for that elimination. 4 for moves is 9. Plus the base 8 is going to give the Miz 17 points. Which will put him at 227. Lastly but not leastly is your big winner tonight, Braun Strowman, who's going to get himself 20 points for winning this Colossal Gauntlet match. He's going to get 10 points for winning a specialty match, is 30. He's going to get the base 8, is 38. And he's going to get 7 move points, is 45 points to Braun Strowman. Which is going to put him at 309. Oh, and another 5 points to Braun for the post-match interview, by the way. I forgot about that part. So that's actually going to put him at 314.
Points for assault and various power slams.
Power slams were already counted in the moves, but I guess we can count as post-match assault. So yeah, it'll be 318 he should be at then. 318. Don't huff and puff at me.
Well, I'm just breathing. Where did I don't know where I was going with this.
Okay then.
I don't know where you're going with that either. Nothing.
I'm not gonna say it because somebody's gonna get frustrated.
It's fine. Say it anyway.
Where did
If I can clarify, it was 45 points for the match. Braun got an additional 5 points for the promo, the interview he did with Renee after the match, and then an additional 4 points for the post-match assault.
No, I was gonna go back to Seth Rollins, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. What's up with Seth Rollins?
Because there was 10 and then a 10 more, which gave him 20. Where did that come from again?
There wasn't a 10 more. There was 10 for the eliminations and 20 for moves.
Okay.
which gave him 30 plus the base 8 was 38 points that he earned plus 5 for the post-match promo.
Okay. I was confusing myself then.
Don't do that.
All right, we're good.
We good? Okay? Caught
Yep.
up?
Yep.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. So, after all that,
No, wait a minute. I'm kidding. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Looks like I'm too tough for you.
Since Jim
I'm
hasn't
awake
said it,
now, so this is what you're gonna get.
since Jim hasn't said it, he usually does. I will say it.
What?
You're not sorry. You're not sorry at all.
I am the Celtic warrior.
No, you're not. You're not Celtic, nor are you a warrior.
I'm in the neighborhood of at least 40% Irish, so how about fuck you?
How are you?
Yes, I am half Irish on my mother's side, and there's some amount of Irish on my father's side, though I don't know exactly what that amount is.
Fair enough. You're still not a warrior.
That's fair. Although, from what I have been told, which I will not be stating on this podcast, but my actual real name, which is not James for those who know me in person, my actual real name, I am told, means warrior in Scottish.
Oh, does it?
But you're not Scottish. Are you?
At some percentage. My paternal grandmother was Scottish.
It's a weird combination, Irish and Scottish. Fair enough.
No, really, they intermingle quite frequently because their countries are right next to each other, and they both hate England.
So does that mean you have the highest tolerance for alcohol in the world?
I don't drink. I wouldn't know.
Wait. You're half Irish, half Scottish, and you don't drink.
Yep.
So I could be part Turkish. I could be partial Scottish in there as well, and I hardly drink because my grandmother's maiden name is McClellan.
Yeah, that sounds Irish.
It's M-A-C, not M-C.
Oh, so it's Scottish. Okay. Fair.
That's what she said. Fair enough.
I
Oh,
drink, but I don't drink.
Mm.
Mhm.
Anyway, so we cut over, unfortunately, to Michael Cole, who informs us of the latest, as aforementioned in the news, WWE Hall of Fame inductee, JEFFJARRETT.
Choke on that. Slap nuts.
Basically, cue video package. We then cut to the ring where we are joined by the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka.
Nobody is ready for Asuka.
Pretty much. And she does an interview saying she's going to fulfill her destiny winning at WrestleMania. And she says she didn't look so strong in their last match when she was limping away from the ring. Nia runs in and attacks her from behind and beats her down and hits her with a Samoan drop and multiple leg drops. Then talks some trash before leaving.
So she's clearly not winning.
No, Nia's not winning at all. That's not happening. So, that's going to be a promo to Asuka.
And an assault to Nia.
Yeah, pretty much. 72.
And a couple of moves to Nia.
Yeah, Nia will get 4, and 3 moves is 7 points to Nia for that whole shebang. It's Nia at 133. All right. We then see a Ronda Rousey highlight video.
Of course you do.
Informing us that Ronda Rousey will be coming to WWE, and she will be signing her WWE contract tomorrow night at the Elimination Chamber. She will be joining the Monday Night Raw brand. So we will stay tuned for that. Whoops, I didn't mean to hit that. That's the audience noise. I could not tell what that chant was. Anyway.
I think it'd be hilarious if she showed up and be like, look, I said I'd be signing a WWE contract tonight. I never say anything about Raw. To which Stephanie be like, wait, what? Like, well, no. Actually, I have another contract I'm signing. Here comes the money. I'd laugh my ass off if she did that.
That sounded like a "Feed Me More" chant.
Hmm.
Did they forget to remove a Ryback thing from this mic? Huh, weird. Anyway,
And you just completely gymmed me.
I did. Sorry, you're out of luck.
You suck.
Moving on.
Fuck you.
You got something to say? Say it.
I said I thought it'd be hilarious if Ronda showed up at Elimination Chamber and was like, I never said I was gonna sign to Raw, and Steph's like, wait, what? And then here comes the money.
Here comes the money.
Money,
Anyway,
money,
I'd laugh my ass off
money.
if she did that. Like,
That'd be
"Oh,
funny.
I'm signing to SmackDown."
That's funny. We'll see. In the meantime, we have ourselves a non-title tag team match playa of The Bar versus Titus Worldwide.
Okay.
Dana Brooke at ringside.
With the debut of Apollo.
Indeed, the debut of the new Apollo. Titus and Apollo are fairly dominant against The Bar early on. Some nice double-teaming maneuvers. Titus taunting Sheamus off the apron. Some good back-and-forth tagging for Titus Worldwide. But Cesaro manages to hit Cruz from behind and knock him out of the ring. Sheamus then beats him down at ringside. And then they proceed to double-team him. He connects with a knee to the face. Bar continuing to tag in and out to work over Cruz. Sheamus cheap shots Titus. Cruz tries to fight back, but even though he succeeds at throwing Sheamus outside, he ends up having to deal with Cesaro. But luckily, he manages to catch Cesaro as he was charging, reverse him, and roll him up for a 3 count.
So that's not gonna win.
So that's a win for Titus Worldwide.
Well, that makes me sad.
Why does it make you sad? You got the point.
Because it means they're not gonna win at the pay-per-view.
Probably not. So Titus Worldwide and Dana Brooke celebrate at ringside after the match as the Bar throws a fit. So Dana Brooke will receive accompaniment points.
Fair.
It is fair. 6. We will then have, let's see here. All right, so we'll do the Bar.
Arrow.
Let's see.
Here.
Yeah.
The Bar.
Yeah. So really, the Bar. Cesaro didn't have any moves, so basically 5 points to Cesaro. Sheamus had 1 move, 6 to Sheamus.
That's okay. They're gonna get all the points tomorrow. I'll be very surprised if Titus Worldwide takes the titles.
And we then have Titus and Apollo. Apollo with the victory there. And neither Titus or Apollo hit any moves according to this recap.
That sucks.
It does. So Titus will get 15 for being on the winning team and 5 for competing. Is 20 points to Titus. Puts him at 120. And Apollo will get the standard 25 for winning and competing in a match.
You didn't hit any moves?
Nope. 35 and 7 is 142.
Are you going to change his name?
Maybe.
Fine.
I guess. Now he's Apollo.
Oh, and by the way, to answer your earlier question, yes, there was a wrestler named Zeus, but he was more of an actor. He was in that really shitty Hogan movie, No Holds Barred.
That's right. I knew
He was
that
the villain, and then they brought him into like WWE or WCW or something, and he like completely fucking sucked. He ended up
that was WCW, right?
yeah,
Okay.
and he ended up joining the
familiar.
Macho King for a little bit.
Right. Okay. I knew that was familiar to me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Zeus.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know. Let's turn an actor who played kind of a wrestler in a movie and make him an actual wrestler. No, it doesn't work that way.
yep. So we then get some dueling pre-tape promos between Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt Hardy.
Yes.
Matt Hardy wants to deceive you. I want to cleanse you. Something like that.
Mm.
Promo to Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I think people are pissed off at this feud at this point.
Well, we'll find out.
Because from what I've heard and what I've read, people are like, what the fuck is this? Why is it just dueling promos? They should be doing shit. Fuck the promo bullshit. Vince doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, well.
I kind of have to agree.
Yeah, well. All right. We then have our main event match, which is a 6-woman tag match.
Mm.
And is Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Mickie James taking on the team of Alexa Bliss and Absolution.
Mm.
With the faces coming out Victoria via Alexa Bliss tapping out to a bank statement.
Mm.
Indeed. Paige will get accompaniment points. As she does. $380. And that's what we got here. So we'll do the heel ladies first.
Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan.
No, that's the Riot Squad.
Yeah, that's the other show.
Which you should know because that's your team.
Oh, excuse me for living.
Stop trying to steal my points, woman.
What are you going to do about it?
Take the points that are rightfully mine.
Fine.
Sonya Deville.
No, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Jim, wake up.
I'm just waiting for you two to finish.
Waiting for you to score.
Waiting for you two to finish. All right.
I'm waiting for you to score.
Okay, well, the heels had no moves.
Of course not.
Like, technically, I'll give one to Alexa. I will allow one move for Alexa.
Okay.
You'll see why in a minute. So let's see. So the faces will. So Sonya and Mandy will each get 5 points for being in this match, and 4 for being in the main event. Are 9 points each to Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. 117 and Sonya Deville.
Keep going down.
It's right here.
There you go.
Is what did I say?
9.
Thank you. That puts her at 130. Booyah.
And Alexa.
Yep. And Alexa will get
9 plus the
the
1 move.
9, and the 1 move is 10 points to Alexa.
And then you were going to get to the part where, how come she gets 1 move?
Well, let's score the faces first.
Of course.
So, Sasha Banks got the win here, so we'll do Mickie and Bayley. Mickie did not have any moves either. Actually, no, it's a lie. Mickie and Bayley each had 1 move. So they will each receive 15 points for being on the winning team. 5 for competing is 20. 4 for being in the main event is 24. And their one move is 25 points each to Mickey and Bailey.
69.
Yeah, thank you. And
Mickey James.
Yep.
Who sadly is never going to go anywhere for the rest of her career. She should have one more title run, but they're not going to give it to her.
All right. So, following all this,
Are you going to score Sasha?
that was my next step. Following all this, we have Sasha, who won the match, who will get 20 for winning the match. She will get, let's see, go up to 29 for being in and winning the main event. 5 for competing is 34. And 2 moves is 36 points to Sasha. Is 76 and 6 is 182. No, wait, 82, not 28, you dumb bastard. There we go. Now, after the match, Absolution immediately attacked the baby faces.
Hmm.
So it's an assault to Absolution minus Paige.
Hmm.
So that's Sonya with an extra 4 rather. And then Mandy Rose with an extra 4. So 121. Alexa Bliss watches but does not take part in this attack. However, the Absolution then turns around to face her and corner her, but Mickey runs in to save her. And Mickey starts beating on Sonya and Mandy, and then Mickey and Alexa team up and hit Sonya with a double team DDT.
Hmm.
Which, of course, the DDT being Alexa's finisher, I'm counting that as a finisher point for her.
So you should count it for Mickey too. You should count it for Mickey too, because
she got assault points.
No, you should count the move for Mickey because that's also her finishing move.
Mickey doesn't have a DDT finisher.
Yeah, she does. She has a kick and a DDT.
She doesn't have a DDT.
She's always had a DDT. The Mickey T.
And let's see. Hang on.
As far as I can recall, she's always had one. I don't know if she uses it that often anymore, but she's had it. Sure
yeah, the Mick DDT is a standing tornado or jumping DDT.
Yeah, but if they're doing a double team, she can't exactly jump and do it. And I put to you that Alexa's DDT is more of a snap DDT, so it's not like it's exactly the same.
Yeah, Mickey does also have an implant DDT. So, all right, we'll throw another point to Mickey for that also. So in that case, Alexa will get 4 assault points. Well, no, because Mickey did most of the beating. Alexa just hit the 1 move, so she wouldn't get assault on that. So Alexa will get 1 extra move. I already gave Alexa the move, so Alexa doesn't get anything else. Mickey gets 4 for assault and 1 for the move, so 5 extra points to Mickey, and we're done with for all.
And the other faces didn't have a chance to fight back.
No, they just got destroyed. They were left out to dry.
Fair enough.
Alexa and Mickey then head up the ramp together as Absolution looks on from the ring. So, there you go there. Thus endeth Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw.
Sure.
I don't know how to feel about a 2-hour-long match. I mean, on one hand, that's kind of cool. It's never really been done before. On the other hand, and then it gets it drew ratings because it was so unique. But I don't know if that kind of screws other stuff up. I don't know. Because that's 2/3 of your show. So it's like you don't really have that much time for anything else, really.
It's true.
Refresh.
Indeed. All right. So, in the lead at 45-56 is still the Balor Club Worldwide. In second at 44-33 is the Blissful Ride of Justice. And still in third at 33-53 is me. Okay. Comments, concerns? No? Okay.
I already voiced my comments and concerns about just the 2-hour match. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Guess it could have been worse.
It could have.
I guess once in a while, it's not a bad thing. Just don't make this a norm, Vince. It's bad enough you're going to shaft people on pay-per-view time. Don't shaft them on the main show time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a surefire way to piss off your talent.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Yes.
SmackDown Live.
Yes. The February 20th SmackDown Live took place at the Talking Stick Resort Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. Much as Raw did. We open up with AJ Styles.
Yay.
He comes in and is interviewed by Renee Young. Talks about being in control of his own destiny heading into WrestleMania, saying that he feels like he could beat anyone who steps in the ring with him, and he'll back it up. But says that the Fatal 5-Way at Fastlane is a problem because he doesn't have to be involved in the finish to lose the title. Knowing that I can fight any one of these guys one-on-one. I know this. Any of these other 4 guys I could beat one-on-one, no problem. But let's say I could be outside the ring with Kevin Owens slamming his face into these stairs out here. Look like they're look like they got Kevin Owens written all over them. But while I'm doing that, Sami Zayn's in here pinning Baron Corbin, and I just lost the title.
Mm-hmm.
It basically talks about the difficulty of dealing with that kind of a match. Baron Corbin comes out to interrupt. Says that he has AJ's number, and AJ knows it, and that he's going to enjoy winning the title at Fastlane, whether he pins AJ or somebody else. Kevin Owens then comes out saying that he's not impressed by Baron Corbin trying to sound tough. He and Corbin trade insults, and then Owens adds that Sami Zayn let him down last week, saying that if it had been me, I trusted Sami Zayn to keep Dolph out of the match, and he failed to do that. He says that Shane has a vendetta against him ever since I headbutted his father in the face. The headbutt hurled around the world, and now Shane has it out for me. And I will never get a fair shot on SmackDown. This cues Shane, who comes out and says that, well, you think you could do a better job than Sammy last week, Kevin? Then you got it. You're facing Dolph later. You're facing Dolph. Well, first he says, Corbin, you're gonna face AJ later tonight.
Okay.
In the main event. And Kevin Owens, do you think you could do a better job than Sammy? You could face Dolph Ziggler right now. He says, now this may look like I'm being biased and conspiratorial, but and he needs to book that match to start right now. So that is a promo to AJ, Corbin, and Owens.
Oh, AJ's going to lose this match.
Which match?
His match against Corbin.
Ah, fair enough.
At least I have a feeling he will, because otherwise that means he's losing his title, and that would be bad.
Well, let's see here. Remember, it's not the go home. Their pay-per-view isn't for a few more weeks.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, AJ Styles is up to 315. I'm going to go over to Baron Corbin. Where is he? Went too far. There he is. It's about 127. And then KO will go to 186. We then have our opening match of Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler, in which Kevin Owens is victorious.
Yay.
Specifically by virtue of a Sami Zayn distraction.
Hmm.
So, Sami Zayn was going to get interference points.
Ooh.
So it's 6 points to Sami Zayn, puts him at an even 270. We're then going to have Baron Corbin, who lost this match.
Dolph Ziggler.
No, Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, wrong guy. Sorry. Thank you. Dolph Ziggler, who lost this match, is going to get himself 5 points for being in said match, and 15 points for moves. Is going to be 20 points to Dolph Ziggler.
Hmm.
He's here to show the world. He's here to show the world. What's that? 96. Kevin Owens will get 20 for winning this match. He'll get 5 for being in it. It's 25. And 7 moves is 32 points to KO. He's 88, 98, 08. That puts him at 218. Bam. Owens gets his hand raised as Sami heads backstage and smiles. Jinder is shown arriving with a Singh brother in tow. Jinder proceeds to come out to the ring for a promo and begins talking crap about Randy Orton and Bobby Roode. Mentioning that both of them are posers and he's the modern day Maharaja and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
He's interrupted by Bobby Roode, who gets to Jinder's face. Randy Orton then follows suit. They then proceed to double team Jinder, and then Orton tries to RKO Roode, but he blocks it, answers with a glorious DDT on Orton, then tells Orton that he got him this time. Roode is about to do the glorious pose when Jinder slides back in and nails him with a Colossus from behind. So. So that would be a promo to these 3 men.
And which Singh brother is it that came out with him?
The one that's not injured.
Well, yeah, you have to know which one it is to give him points.
With Samir. It's been Samir the whole time. I know this. So, yeah, really he just gets 3 points for showing up. So 3 points to Samir Singh. And then each of these gentlemen is going to get an assault and a finisher.
And a promo.
And a promo. So that would be 5, 9, 10 points to each of these 3 gentlemen.
Did Orton actually say anything?
I'm going to assume that he did.
Fair.
I did say he came out to interrupt, so that usually constitutes words.
Fair.
Probably didn't say a lot of words, but I'm sure he said a few words.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Orton, and that's Jinder, up to 58. And that is Bobby Roode. Goes up to 316. Okay.
All right.
Following all this, we come back to Daniel Bryan.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, then.
I like Daniel
And
Bryan.
Shane, right? Don't they argue back and forth about something?
Indeed. Bryan says that he thinks that Bobby Roode should defend the U.S. Championship against Jinder Mahal at Fastlane, while Shane disagrees and believes that Randy Orton should receive the title shot. They go back and forth about their difference of opinion on this, and on that and the WWE title picture. And Shane says that, well, I think that Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton is the match that people want to see, and is the match that should happen. And in fact, given that I'm the commissioner and have the authority here, that is the match that will happen. I'm booking that right now. So at Fastlane, Bobby Roode, Randy Orton, booked.
Okay, then.
So,
For
promo to Shane and Daniel for that exchange because it's clearly feeding their feud.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, for now,
Yeah, well,
it's going to be a triple threat match.
we'll see.
That's my prediction, and I'm sticking to it.
Alrighty, so good prediction. We'll save that for the end of the show.
Why are we teaming that for the end of the show? The wrong pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, good point.
That is my prediction, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, that's fair. We shall see. We then come back to the ring where we have ourselves the same match from Raw, just with different people.
Okay, then.
It's the face team of Charlotte, Becky, and Naomi versus the team of the Riot Squad.
Let's go, faces.
Faces lost.
Riot Squad won.
Damn it!
Yeah. Unfortunately, Naomi got taken out. Charlotte got a hot tag and cleaned house, but then got triple teamed.
Fucking Naomi.
You're just
Charlotte.
mad because you don't get the points.
Charlotte hit a neck breaker and a boot, went to knock Liv off the apron again, but Sarah Logan took Charlotte's knee out. And then there was some brawling. The apron's cleared. It came down to Ruby and Becky in the ring. And Ruby hit a riot kick on Becky for the win. So Charlotte got her knee taken out. Naomi got knocked out. And Becky got pinned.
God damn it.
You're just mad because you don't get 1 point with Charlotte.
And Becky.
No, you don't get Becky. Yes, you got Becky.
I have Becky.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Jim that had Becky.
No, I think I have Naomi, don't I?
You have
No,
Naomi.
I have Naomi and I have the Riot Squad.
Oh, so Jim gets nothing. Fair enough.
That's fair. Anyway. All right. Faces first. Let's run the faces. Becky Lynch had no moves. She gets 5 points.
Fuck.
She got tagged in to lose. What can I tell you?
Fucking bullshit.
I have to push the Riot Squad. They can't exactly do shit with Absolution.
Tag Naomi in to lose. Why do you have to bury Becky Lynch?
Because now Naomi sells merch.
Fuck her and fuck her merch.
You're just mad because you don't get big points.
Yes.
You're still in the lead for right now, anyway.
Also, Naomi is married to an incredibly successful champion.
So that was Becky Lynch.
And unlike Becky and Naomi, Naomi and her partner haven't been eliminated from the mixed match challenge yet.
Yeah.
Bam. Anyway, let's move on from that. Charlotte and Naomi each had 2 moves, so they were each going to get themselves 7 points. And it's 108 for Naomi. Okay. Meanwhile, the Riot Squad won, specifically Ruby Riott off a riot kick. The other 2 Riot Squad members did not do any moves, however. So Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan are just going to get themselves 15 points for being on the winning team and 5 for competing. It's 20 points to each of those ladies. 133 for Liv Morgan. And 141 for Sarah Logan. Ruby Riott gets 20 points for winning this match. She gets 5 for being in it is 25. And 1 for the riot kick is 26 points to Ruby Riott. 5 and 6 is 161.
Was there any assault points afterwards? I can't remember.
There was not. The Riot Squad celebrates at ringside and they taunt Charlotte. That is the extent of that. Well, we come back to Team Cammy in the locker room. As Owens goes to thank Sammy, but Sammy says there's no need to instead thanks Owens, saying that things have been rocky between them lately, but Owens is where he belongs in the main event. And he says that he supports Owens going for the title again and thinks they should take out the other competitors in the Fatal 5-Way together, and that Sammy says he will do the right thing and lay down so that Owens can reclaim the WWE Championship.
You realize that if that happens, they do what he says that he wants to do and not lay down and go up against them, is probably going to break up that faction.
I don't know.
Potentially.
I got to reclaim the WWE Championship that Kevin Owens never held.
Hmm.
Idiot. So, promo to Team Cammy. Okay. Moving on. We then cut to the backstage area as the New Day walks down the hallway throwing pancakes at people. They then come out to the ring and have a tag team match against Gable and Benjamin.
Tag team match. Playa.
Playa.
With a distraction from Kofi Kingston.
What's that?
With a distraction from Kofi Kingston.
Yes. Attempted interference by Kofi resulted in Xavier Woods getting a pinfall on Shelton.
Fuck.
So Kofi will get a coming interference. That's 11 points to Kofi.
AJ better win because I'm getting nothing. Well, I got Kevin, but
You have Kevin and you have Team Cammy.
yeah, Kevin is the only victory I've got thus far tonight.
Isn't Sami Zayn in a match?
Nope. That was last week.
And he lost.
To Dolph Ziggler.
Kofi gets 11. Sorry, I'm
Saw that.
talking and everything.
Talk the talk, but can you walk the walk?
Yeah.
All right. 167. We're then going to have ourselves, let's see, Gable and Benjamin lost this match. So Gable didn't have any moves, so Gable's going to get 5 points. And Shelton had one move, he'll get 6. All right. Meanwhile, on the New Day side of things, Big E, as far as I can tell, didn't hit any moves, at least none that are listed. It says Big E starts cleaning house, which usually involves Big E to belly suplexes, but it's not stated, so. So instead, Big E will just get 15 for being on the winning team, and he'll get 5 for competing. It's 20 points to Big E. $143. And then Xavier with the pinfall there. So that'll be 20, and 5 for competing is 25, and one move is 26 points to Xavier Woods. 91 and 6 is 197. All right. After the New Day wins, they begin celebrating their upcoming title shot and handing out pancakes, but the Bludgeon Brothers interrupt and walk right past the New Day as they get ready for their match.
Fair enough.
We cut to the backstage area where Charlotte is interviewed and says that she'll put her title on the line if that's what it takes to get her hands on Ruby Riott.
And Ruby Riott did do like a promo thing with the girls in the background, asking her to put her title on the line. because that's the only way she'll get her.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. We're not there yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was beforehand.
Nope, that was afterhand.
Okay.
So Charlotte gets 5 for a promo. We then come back to the ring where the Bludgeon Brothers destroy some enhancement talent in about 5 seconds.
Okay, then.
2 big drop kicks outside of the ring for a quick punishment. Back in, double team slam. Win. So the Bludgeon Brothers. I have no idea who was legal, so I'm going to randomly pick Rowan because it's usually Rowan at the end.
It was Rowan because he got tagged in, and then they did the double team like cross thingy.
Yeah.
Slam.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Okay, so in that case, Harper will get 15 for being on the winning team, 5 for competing is 20, and 2 moves is 22 points to Harper. And 05, 115. And then Eric Rowan will get 20 for winning, 5 for competing is 25, and 2 moves is 27 points to Eric Rowan. And 6 is 133. All right.
Woohoo! Woo!
Woo! All right. So after the Bludgeon Brothers do that, we cut backstage to the Riot Squad's response, in which Ruby challenges Naomi to a match next week instead, says that she hasn't forgotten about Charlotte, and challenges Charlotte to a title match at Fastlane and that's where Charlotte's world will come crumbling down. So that is a promo to Ruby Riott. All right. Wait, what the hell? Hang on. Yeah, that's right. It's 166. Okay.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Screw me up.
Trying to.
Yeah. Not gonna work. Anyway, the announcers promote the Elimination Chamber. There's a video package about Shinsuke Nakamura to remind us that he exists. And then our main event match is AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. Non-title. Dolph Ziggler is watching on the backstage monitor. And Corbin takes control early on, several moves, until AJ manages to throw Corbin into a ring post by dodging out of the way. And they end up brawling outside. Corbin keeps trying to throw AJ into the announce table, but AJ keeps sliding over it and isn't hurt. They get back in the ring. AJ goes for a springboard move, but Corbin takes control again and tries to keep him grounded. Some back and forth in the corner. AJ goes over to the top turnbuckle, but manages to escape from Corbin. Corbin goes back with a deep 6 for 2. AJ manages to lock Corbin in the calf crusher, but he gets a rope break. Corbin tries mounting a comeback, but AJ decks him in the face and then nails him with a phenomenal forearm to claim victory.
Woo! Thank you, AJ.
So, Baron Corbin will get 5 points for being in this match. He will
A
get
bunch
4
of move points.
Just 4. It's a deep 6 and an evasion of the calf crusher. That's all he did.
An evasion of the phenomenal. Wait, I guess that's
No, he got hit with that.
Okay.
So, That's 5 for competing, 4 for being in the main event is 9, and 4 for moves is 13 points to Baron Corbin. Is going to be 140. All right. AJ Styles is going to get 20 for winning. He's going to get 9 for being in and winning the main event is 29. 5 for competing is 34. And 2 moves is 36 points to AJ Styles. 46 and 5 is 351. Bada bam. After the match, AJ celebrating his win when he's suddenly jumped by Team Cammy.
Suddenly. Who didn't see that coming?
And Team Cammy began assaulting AJ, so they get assault points to Team Cammy. $227 for Kevin. And $279 for Sami Zayn. However, as they are doing this, Baron Corbin grabs Sami Zayn and hits him with a deep 6. As they're attempting to put AJ through the table, but Sami eats a deep 6 on the floor. Owens then charges Corbin, but Corbin catches Owens and hits him with a deep 6 also, standing tall over everybody as SmackDown goes off the air. So that would be Baron Corbin with 2 more finisher points.
Fair.
Baron Corbin will have 142 in actuality. There we go. And thus endeth the program. So let's see where we're at. Data. Refresh the data. All right. Still in the lead at 46.86 is the Balor Club Worldwide, followed by the Blissful Ride of Justice at 45.69. Still in last is me at 34.79. All right. That just leaves the 205 live.
Indeed.
Let's go over to the 205 live. All right. So here we go. We have a recap of last week's. We are welcome to Phoenix by the commentators. And we're remind us that Drake Maverick told Jack Gallagher to change his clothes before his first round match, and then it's time for our first bout.
Okay, then.
It opens up with a selfie promo from Arya Daivari, mocking Betty Murphy for thinking this is the biggest loser and vowing that he won't let the newcomer get in the way of WrestleMania plans. We then get another video of Buddy Murphy weighing in yesterday, now at 200.9 pounds. So that is a promo to Daivari, and I'll count the weigh-in as a promo for Murphy. So they each get a promo.
Fair.
8. And then Buddy Murphy is down here, and he gets a promo as 10. All right. Our first round match then proceeds of Buddy Murphy versus Arya Daivari.
And of course, Buddy Murphy is probably going to be the winner.
He is the winner via a pump handle Death Valley driver.
Okay, then.
It's all Buddy at the start, but Daivari grabs a handful of hair and sets up dropping him on the apron to take control. Murphy jawjacks Arya out of a rest hold, and after a flurry takes too long setting something up from the top, but nails Davari with a tope suicida.
Tope suicida.
Then gets two off a double knee drop from the top. Arya comes back to hit a frog splash and his hammerlock DDT, but can't get the three. And Buddy then fires back with the Death Valley driver. So. Wait, real? Oh, wow, really? Hypocrite much? Buddy Murphy's finisher in NXT was a fucking brainbuster. I guess it's okay to do a brainbuster there, but you can't do it on the main roster.
Maybe that's why he was never called up.
It was the Murphy's Law. It was a running brainbuster.
Holy shit. Well, that's a great name for a finisher.
Yep. Anyway.
Well, you also have to realize who controls NXT and who controls the main roster.
This is true. Anyway.
Because you have to realize the guy who controls NXT, the guy who regularly spikes people on their faces.
Yes, that's true. Well, technically, all he does is spike his own knees into the mat, which is why his quad is a mess, but yeah.
It used to be more of a pile driver type. That's why there's variance in the game, because he used to do it a different way, and yeah.
Fair enough. Anyway. So, yeah, so Davari, let's see. Really didn't hit any... Davari did hit a frog splash and the hammerlock DDT. Technically, it's a hammerlock into a lariat, but sure, close enough. So he did get those two. So that's going to be Arya Davari will get 5 for competing in 2 moves. Is 7 points to Davari. 85. And then Buddy Murphy will get 20 for winning this match. He'll get 5 for competing is 25. And let's see. He definitely gets 1 for the Death Valley driver. And that's about it. So 26 points to Buddy Murphy. Sounds good. Puts him at 36. Next, we got to Drake Maverick, who reveals the tournament bracket. And that tells us that in 2 weeks' time, Buddy Murphy will face the winner of tonight's other match, and then Drew Gulak will meet Mark Andrews. TJP will fight Cedric Alexander, and Kalisto fighting Roderick Strong will be next week.
Okay, then.
TJ and Cedric enter the frame, and Perkins says this is the point where Alexander fails. And Cedric says that TJP's dirty tricks won't help him now, and he won't hesitate to put him in the bad place.
Put him in the bad place.
That's what it says.
Okay. Continue.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Jim. Continue.
So. That's going to be a promo to TJ and Ced. 12 for TJ and Cedric, like he needs more fucking points. 27. All right. We then go to the ring for our next match. And Kalisto escorts Lince Dorado and Grand Metalik down to the ring. Hashtag Lucha House Party.
Okay.
And tells Nigel and Vic to tell Roddy that speed kills.
Okay, then.
Dorado and Grand Metalik beat up some enhancement talent.
Hmm.
And they get the win following the SSP from Dorado.
SSP?
SSP.
Okay, then.
That's his finisher.
Okay, then. Do we know what it stands for?
It's the let's see. Shooting star press.
Oh. Fair enough.
That'd be the shooting star press there.
Didn't know he had that. Fair enough.
He does have that.
Cool. Yay, Lindsay. Get me points.
All right. So Grand Metalik will get 15 points for being on the winning team. And 5 for competing is 20 points to Grand Metalik, who did not have any moves in this squash match. 31.
You weren't
And
going to
then-
give Kalisto his points first?
I'll get it in a minute. Lindsay Dorado will get 25 for competing is 25.
How many points did Grand Malik get?
20.
Okay. That's what I missed. Okay.
Yeah, Lindsay Dorado gets 25 plus the shooting star press is 26 points to Lindsay Dorado. $85 and 6 is 91.
Let's go, Lindsay.
Clap, 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 clap. It was a less than 4-minute squash match.
And Kalisto with the...
Yes, Kalisto with the accompaniment and commentary.
Yep.
So that would be 9 points to Kalisto, which will put him at 118. Okay. After this, we cut back to a selfie promo from Drew Gulak,
Who
says that-
to Drew.
who says that people tell him that he went too far last week, but that's just an excuse that weak people make. He respects Mark Andrews, but he plans to ground him and tap him next week. Andrews then answers with a promo that features him doing a standing flip while holding the camera.
Okay, then.
He says Drew can't ground him, and he'll fly through the no-fly zone en route to WrestleMania.
Okay, then. So promos to those two gentlemen.
Yes. So, that's a promo to Gulak and a promo to Mark Andrews. All right. Excuse me. We then go out. We then see Mustafa Ali taping himself up. And we then see Jack Gallagher enter the ringside area in his new ring gear. Green velvet long tights into calf-high socks and simple black wrestling boots. So. So there you go there.
Mm-hmm.
Find a picture of the new ring gear. There we go.
Any kind of exchange?
I have to deactivate the one to put the other up, but that's fine.
Pardon me?
I have to deactivate the one screen share to put up the other one.
No, that's not what I meant. I mean between the two wrestlers.
What exchange?
Was there any kind of exchange? Like in terms of like anybody talking, anybody doing anything whatsoever?
Well, yeah, they're the main event.
Okay then.
We're gonna get to that in a second. I want to show off the ring gear because I
It's
think
just you talked about it and then you completely
Sorry.
went silent for a second.
so. This is Jack Gallagher's new ring gear.
Okay.
So that's kind of interesting, I guess.
He's green.
He is green.
Isn't that a
Sheamus.
little? Isn't that a little on the nose? With the green, but okay, whatever.
How?
Just feel that way. But anyway, whatever. He has new ring gear. Cool for him.
Tells.
Ding. All right.
Alrighty. So our main event match tonight is Mustafa Ali versus Jack Gallagher to advance in the tournament. And Gallagher tries to keep things on the ground with chain wrestling and submissions, but the crowd comes alive for a series of roll-through encounters. And frustrated, Jack changes things up and tries striking, but Mustafa catches him with an enziguri. He rolls out and Ali follows. Gallagher manages to trap him in the ring skirt and then bludgeons him until the referee makes him stop. He powers his opponent to the ground and evades a headbutt to the sternum by flipping. But Ali evades a headbutt from Gallagher to the sternum by flipping over him in the corner and then starts flying around for an advantage. He tries to go for the 054, but Jack grabs his foot. The delay eventually lets the gentleman snap the already wounded left arm off the top rope and throw Ali into a ring post shoulder first.
Jim, can I stop you for a sec?
You can.
You're not presenting.
What do you mean?
You're not presenting.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
It's right there.
No, you have it up on your screen. You're not presenting.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact I can see your face and not Jim's thing. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Now you're presenting.
He's always been presenting. It must
No,
have
he
been your.
hasn't. That's how I could tell he wasn't presenting because I kept seeing your face.
His face.
Your face.
Well, I mean, it must have been somebody's computer because it came up on mine where he's presenting, so.
You've probably got it clicked on my face to keep my screen up, but it wasn't sharing. He's right. Anyway, moving on. So Ali goes into the ring post, and then Jack Gallagher punishes his arm with a series of covers and submissions focused on the shoulder. Ali manages to separate and goes for a spinning tope, but something weird happens, and he hits the apron with his hip on the way down. He gets checked on, and the match proceeds with Mustafa getting back in the ring by a 9 count. Gallagher continues to focus on the arm, including an armbar on the ropes, which is set up from a vicious dropkick that sends Ali flying from the ring post into the barricade. He follows out to hurl him up with another barricade. He rolls Mustafa back in, but Ali won't quit. Jack goes for a superplex, but Mustafa ends up on his feet. A kick to the back of Gallagher knocks him down and sets Ali up for the 054 for the win. So
The
Ali,
054, that's what they're calling it now?
yeah, why?
I thought it was like reverse 450 or something like that, or imploding 450 or something like that.
Think about it for a second.
Hmm.
Think about it.
Oh, fair enough.
You get it now?
Yeah. I still think it's weird calling it 054.
054. It's 450 in reverse.
Yeah, well.
That's a joke, son.
The 054. Is that really what they're calling it, or is that just what the reviewers called it there?
No, that's his official finisher name.
Okay, then. The 054 it is.
Indeed.
Yay,
So, yes.
Mustafa.
Indeed. So let's do this here. So, gentleman Jack Gallagher.
It sounded like that was a hell of a match.
Sounded like it. WWE Network. Go watch it. Gentleman Jack Gallagher is going to get himself 5 points for being in this match, and 4 for being in the main event is 9.
And a whole mess of moves.
Not a lot, actually. Because a lot of them were just generic and we don't know necessarily what they were. He didn't hit a lot of moves that we actually knew what they were that would constitute his moves.
Does he get weapon use for using the ring apron?
I don't know. Tiff, what do you think?
Do they usually get weapon points for using the apron? I mean, anybody?
Jim?
It doesn't come up that often.
Well, I just figured he used the ring apron on Mustafa to like trap him and stuff. So would that not constitute actually using a foreign object?
I guess. What do you think, Tiff?
Suppose.
Okay. So we will give extra points to Jack Gallagher for that then. So anyway.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So anyway, so he had 9. He gets 3 for that. It's 12. And then let's see. Any specifically moves that he was doing. He did hit a vicious drop kick at one point and an arm bar. Let's see.
Well, Jack is the dropkick king.
Yeah. Drop kick is there. Yeah. There's some kind of an arm bar involved here.
He did a lot of submission moves.
Yeah, I don't see an arm bar on his list. Oh, no, bridging scissor arm bar. Yes, there is. Okay. So that's 2 for Gallagher.
You didn't actually score this part beforehand, huh?
I don't do 205 because there isn't usually this much detail, but they started making it more detailed. I might have to. So yeah, that's 2. He did go for a headbutt, but that got evaded. So yeah, basically it's 14 points to Jack Gallagher. It's 87-91.
All right, then.
Mustafa Ali will get 20 points for winning this match. He'll get 5 points for being in it. I should know. 20 for winning. He'll get 9 for being in and winning the main event is 29. 5 for competing is 34. We have a reversal of or a dodging of the headbutt is 3. We'll put him at 37. We have the 450.
You mean the 054?
Yeah, the 054. Which would be an additional point. That'd be 38. And then he did hit Gallagher with a kick to the back of the head. Does Ali have one of those?
Probably. It's Mustafa Ali. But you can take a look. I assume you have his page up.
Yeah, I'm looking over here. Let's see. He's got a roundhouse kick. Spin kick, super kick. Yeah, okay, we'll count it. So 39 points to Mustafa Ali then.
Fair.
And that puts him at 144. And thus endeth out the week.
Fair. And Mustache Mountain has returned.
Indeed.
All right. So let's throw that back up one more time, and we will see precisely where we are.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
Present. There you go.
I'm presenting. Shut up. All right, let's go to the final scores.
Refresh.
Bam. All right, in the lead at the end of the week at 47.61 is the Balor Club Worldwide. Followed in second at 46.01 by the Blissful
where
Ride
did
of
that come
Justice.
from?
And in third is me at 35.07.
So 205 Live was slightly even. That's kind of surprising.
It was. Where did what come from?
4601. I got something wrong somewhere because
Okay.
I have you as 3493 and myself as 4590. So I don't know where I went wrong there, but I'll have to figure it out later.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's go over and take a look at the leaderboards.
Indeed.
So, still maintaining his lead at 427 is Cedric Alexander. Followed by Seth freaking Rollins at 380, holding on to second. AJ Styles, the WWE champion, moving up to third at 351. followed by Finn Balor at 333, who is tied with Roman Reigns, also at 333. Below them, we have the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman at 318, just a couple points ahead of the U.S. champ Bobby Roode at 316. Sami Zayn coming in at 279, followed by Asuka at 272. And then we have an additional tie at the bottom of Cesaro and Sheamus, the Raw Tag Champs, tied at 238 a pop. And if you were to count the two ties evenly, then both John Cena at 229 and Kevin Owens at 227, tied with The Miz at 227, would also make the top 10. And if you counted Owens and Miz's one, Shinsuke at 225 would be in the top 10, which would become a top 15 at that point. Because we have multiple ties going on.
Shinsuke.
Indeed.
I wish they would do something with him.
They are. He's going to beat you at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I guess they can't really do anything until after Fastlane.
Basically.
Because then he'll just feud with AJ all the way to WrestleMania.
Assuming AJ wins.
He must win. He must. If he doesn't win, it better be one of Cammy. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, that has been our usual programming. But let's take one moment here and let's give our predictions for Elimination Chamber, shall we?
Yes, present us with the card.
I'm just going to read them off. I'm not going to bother presenting this stupid thing.
That's what I meant by present us.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Starting with the pre-show.
Yes, hang on a minute. I got to get to the match card. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay. So the match, there's only 6 matches on the card right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's only 4 right now.
Well, it's only a Raw branded show, mind you.
True.
So our pre-show match is the Good Brothers versus the Miztourage in a tag team match play.
I'm going to say the Faces. I'm going to go with the Good Brothers.
Yeah.
That seems likely.
Yep.
All right. Then we have ourselves Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt.
Probably could go either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Matt Hardy.
Okay.
What are you gonna say, Jim?
I agree. I think it's going to be Matt Hardy.
Unfortunately, I have Bray Wyatt, but
All right. We've also got Asuka versus Nia Jax. And if Nia Jax wins, she gets added to the championship match at WrestleMania.
Asuka's winning because Nia Jax is not going to be the one to break the undefeated streak.
Yeah.
Nope. All right. Asuka's winning. All right. We've got Cesaro and Sheamus defending the Raw Tag Team titles against Titus Worldwide.
It's going to be the Bar.
I'm going to go the Dark Horse and say Titus Worldwide.
Dark Horse, you fucking racist.
Ha ha ha.
I didn't mean it that way.
Oh my God, you're horrible. I know when you look at them, all you see is a mass of black, but come on.
Dude, come on.
That's right, we haven't forgotten that. That's still canon.
So who are you picking?
I would like to see Titus win as much as I don't have them, but I'm going to go with the Bar because that seems likely.
Yeah.
With a Bar. All right, what else we got here? We have...
I just think Titus Worldwide needs to win to prevent them from being a complete and total joke.
That's fair. Let's see here. I'm going to go with this because I think this is the order they're going to do the matches in. We have a number 1 contenders Elimination Chamber match for a Universal Championship match against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that's basically no other possibility. Roman Reigns is winning that match, unless it comes out tomorrow that Roman Reigns was on steroids and has to be immediately suspended. Roman Reigns.
Yep. If Roman Reigns doesn't win, I want Finn Balor to win.
Seth Rollins. Tiff, pick one of your other 4 people.
Braun Strowman.
I was about to say she's got to go with Braun.
That's a good call. I would do that too. And of course, what I believe will be the main event is the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss defending against Bayley, Mickie James, Sasha Banks, and the 2 not injured members of Absolution.
As much as I would love Mickie James to win it, I think Alexa's going to retain.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
That seems likely. Alrighty, and thus is your Elimination Chamber card.
Yep. I think it also depends on who Asuka is going to challenge. Because if she's challenging Raw, then yeah, Alexa's definitely going to retain. Because it doesn't make sense for her to do face to face. But if she's going to challenge Charlotte on the SmackDown side, then I could actually see, like, say, Mickie James actually taking the title.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said before, I feel she deserves one more title run before she full on retires and goes into like Hall of Fame status.
Mm.
Because she's going to go Hall of Fame.
Right.
And I don't think she has that many years left in her for wrestling. So
She's only in her 40s.
Fair enough.
yeah, a lot of female superstars didn't even make it that far. So
Yep.
she's in great shape, but I think she's going to retire soon, personally.
I could see it.
She deserves it.
Yeah. Certainly. All right. So that is your programming for the week. All kinds of good wrestling stuff going on there. Thank the two of you for joining me as always.
Absolutely.
Be sure to join us this coming Thursday night when at least me and Jeff, I don't know if Tiff can make it. Tiff, can you make it?
Not entirely sure right now because I do have to work the next day.
Okay, possibly Tiff. Well, we will, of course, be going over the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And next Saturday, we will be back with the usual shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm James Phoenix.
The champ is here.
We'll see you next time.